Now, with Andy Ulickney, here's the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Crispin Field in Berwick, it's the Bulldogs against the Comets of Abington Heights. I am Jim Doyle, and joined by Andy Ulickney, the producer of this broadcast. Figures to be a lot bigger challenge for the Bulldogs. In fact, based on the first 2 weeks of the season, Berwick would probably be considered the underdog in this one. The Bulldogs come in 0-2. Admittedly, they have played two They lost to Dallas in the season opener, 31-28. Came back. So far early in the season in sophomore Nick Bradley, who has some great numbers coming in. Good night for football. A little humid perhaps for the players, hoping that the showers that are part of the forecast don't come true. If not, we'll have a good night for high school football here at Crispin Field. Andy Ulickney joins me for Berwick football. Andy, I know this is in the modern age of football, an outdated notion, but I really think, especially in the high school level, the formula for success is still running the ball on offense, stopping the run on defense. Unfortunately, Berwick's not done either of those in the first 2 years.
No, but again, two of the best teams they're going to see all year, Jim. No one Southern Columbia and Valley View with that power fullback that they had. They just didn't have the muscle to stop that team. Now, they're going to match up a little better physically with Abington Heights, but Abington Heights has a little more balance and has a very tall receiver in Mason Feeder and a talented quarterback in Nick Bradley who can both throw it to him and run it himself. So the balance will be there. It'll be a different type of defensive game, but I don't think it's one where you're going to be necessarily physically outplayed.
Offensively, some signs of life for Berwick last week. They scored 3 touchdowns against a Valley View team that allowed only 1 touchdown an entire game the week before against a good Crestwood team. So Bulldogs have some things going on the offensive end.
Yeah, I do like what I'm seeing, and I think Ethan Lear, the quarterback, is sort of the touchstone of it. Whether he's passing, and he's been showing some nice chemistry with Billy Hansen and also Ty Wilkerson, or running that zone read with Tyler Winter, he's been able to make things happen. So they've been able to mix their offense and get things going. And again, the defenses of Valley View and Southern Columbia are just so outstanding. It's hard to make anything go. They're hoping for a little more success tonight.
Andy will be back later with the keys to tonight's game. When we return, we'll tell you more about the Comets of Abington Heights. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Shelby Engel, Business and Marketing Manager with Rocky Auctions. When you make a purchase at a local business, 50% of those dollars stay right here in our community. Local is better.
Put on your best Aloha shirt and take a trip to paradise at Bloomsburg Town Park. Hula on down to the Bloomsburg Community Luau this Saturday at 6 p.m. Escape to the islands with tropical games, a Hawaiian pig roast, live entertainment, and Elvis on the big screen in Blue Hawaii.
Oh, aloha, pretty mama.
Admission and entertainment are free. Tickets for the pig roast are just $12. The Bloomsburg Community Luau at Town Park this Saturday at 6 p.m. Details on Facebook at Bloomsburg Community Luau.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank. In our efforts to support the Subaru Loves to Help initiative, WNL is supporting 3 local business marketing grants from Seven Mountains Media. These grants will help our local businesses succeed, which leads to a stronger community. At WNL, we are more than just a car dealer. We are part of the community.
We do all we can to ensure our kids are happy, healthy, safe, and strong. Having high-quality, low-cost health insurance helps make that possible. With CHIP, your child can have medical, dental, eye care, and more for free or low cost. Whether you're self-employed, unemployed, or your employer benefits are just too expensive, CHIP is there for you to help your child be strong. CHIP Strong. Apply or renew today at 800-986-KIDS or go to chipcoverspakids.com.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Sunshine still filling the entire field here at Crespin Field as the Bulldogs, representing the Wyoming Valley Conference, go against Lackawanna Football Conference member Abington Heights here on week 3 of the high school football season. Abington Heights, as I mentioned, comes in with a 1-1 record. Close loss to Dallas 31-28, a close win over Wilkes-Barre area 35-28. They are much more of a throwing team than Berwick has faced in the first 2 weeks. Nick Bradley, as a sophomore, won the quarterback job. He's 6 foot, 199 pounds, and so far so good for him. 58% of his passes completed, 24 for 41, 373 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in those first 2 games. Now, they throw the ball effectively. Andy mentioned Mason Fedor, the 6'4", 190-pound senior, already with 9 catches on the season, 3 of them for touchdowns. But this team can run the ball as well. Anthony Cura, who will start at the running back spot, is averaging 6 yards a carry. Declan Walsh, who will see some action there, also averaging over 10 yards a carry. And Bradley is the true dual-threat quarterback. He is rushing for 5.3 yards a carry, 24 attempts, 128 yards. And I gave you his passing numbers, which are very impressive in the early going as well. So those are some of the offensive numbers for the Comets under Joe Repshis in his 18th season as head coach. Now, his career record's very good, 111-85, but they have really struggled in the recent history of this program. 3-8 last year. Over the last 5 seasons combined, just 11 wins and 43 losses. They hope to do much better this season, and based on the results of their first 2 weeks against 2 good opponents, they might be ready to do just that. So that's a little bit about the Comets of Abington Heights. We'll check their entire starting lineup when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at a price you can afford at W&L Mazda.
Discover the luxury Mazda vehicles without the high price tags. Whether you're looking for technology and fuel efficiency for long commutes or the extra space for weekend getaways, head to W&L Mazda today for a test drive.
The W&L Mazda team will take the time to understand your drive and will match you with the perfect Mazda to accompany you on the way to success. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland, or visit us the last week of September at the Bloomsburg Fair just off C-Ave. Find us online at WNLMazda.com.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick High School marching band under the direction of Anthony McDonald. Entertaining year before the Bulldogs Week 3 game against the Comets of Abington Heights. It's a military appreciation night here. There's a color guard on the field. There are flags being distributed, and one of the biggest flags I've ever seen on a lift across the street from Crispin Field to our right. Here's the starting lineup offensively for Abington Heights. The Comets will start at the tight end with Cade Sespico. He wears number 36. He is a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. ACO Richards is the starting left tackle. He wears number 58. He is 6'3", 208, a junior. The starting left guard will be Jackson Drake. He is 6 foot 210, a senior. He has moved into that starting position because their starting center, Anthony Ricker, is not available. So Brandon Lazinski, usually their left guard, switches over to the starting center position. Lazinski is 6'1", 270, a junior. The right guard is Liam Thick. He is 73, 5'11", 270 pounds, a junior. Miles Knock is the right tackle. He wears number 51. He is 6 foot, 185 pounds, a junior. We talked about their excellent wide receiver, Mason Fedor. He is 6'4", 190 pounds, a senior. A year ago, he had 49 receptions for 660 yards and 6 touchdowns. This season already, 9 catches, 133 yards, and 3 scores. He is a terrific basketball player as well, and will have his choice of sports to play when he moves on to collegiate athletics. The quarterback, I talked about him earlier, the sophomore Nick Bradley, off to a great start this season, both throwing the football and running the football. He is 6 foot, 199 pounds. Besides Fedor, he has a couple of other receivers that he's gone to in the early going, like Kevin Schmidt. He wears number 15. Kevin is a 5'11", 165-pound senior. 6 catches on the season for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. And also Gavin Anders, a sophomore, 6 foot, 175 pounds, 4 catches on the season for 49 yards and a touchdown. At the running back spot, a senior, number 21, Anthony Cura. He is 5'9", 160 pounds, averaging 6 yards a carry on 12 attempts, and he has a touchdown in the early going. His backup, Declan Walsh, number 26, is also a senior. He's 5'7", 165. He already has 2 touchdowns, and he is averaging almost 11 yards a carry. So that is the starting lineup offensively for the Comets of Abington Heights under Joe Repchis in his 18th season as head coach. They come into this Week 3 matchup with a record of 1-1. We'll check the starters for the Bulldogs when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates. Why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC truck or SUV. But with 25 new GMCs in stock now and 25 more to arrive soon, you don't have to reserve one. You can drive one home today. And with the highest trade values, the lowest rates, and the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed, now is the time to drive one off our lot. Shop online where we're always open. Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Warm, humid night here at Crispin Field, home to Berwick football since 1929 as the Bulldogs get set to take on the Comets of Abington Heights. 8th meeting between these two teams. Berwick leads 5-2. 3 times they have met in the District 2 finals. Berwick winning in 2008 under Gary Campbell, 3-0, and 2013 under George Curry, 35-28. Joe Repsch's team beat the Bulldogs in the 2012 district final, 44-35. That actually was the last win in the series for Abington Heights. Berwick has won 4 straight. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs on the offensive end, number 34, Harrison Snyder, 6'3", 220, a senior. J.J. Leonard starts at left tackle, 6 foot, 230-pound sophomore. Liam Carroll, one of the captains of this team, starts at left guard. Liam 5'10", 232, a senior. Gavin Jones is a junior starting at center. He wears number 51. Gavin is 5'7", 195 pounds. A big sophomore is the right guard, Matt Gordner. He's 265 pounds at 6 feet tall, a sophomore. And the right tackle is a junior, number 64, Chase Shuckers, 6'1", 268 pounds. Shuckers made a big special teams play in the game last week against Valley View. Blocked a punt, led to a Berwick score. The leading receiver on this team is Billy Hansen. He is 6'1", 168 pounds, a junior. He wears number 11. Billy, 7 catches so far for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. That touchdown, the Bulldogs' first of the season, came last week, 41 yards from the quarterback, Ethan Lear. Lear is a 6'1", 185-pound senior. So far, completing 45% of his passes, 13 for 29, 139 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's also carried the ball 22 times for 51 yards and an additional touchdown. The leading rusher for the Bulldogs is a senior, Tyler Winter. He wears number 5. He's 5'7", 165 pounds, 30 rushes on the season for 123 yards and 1 touchdown. When Berwick uses a fullback, they use Jimmy DeAndrea, number 33, 5'11", 195-pound senior, 4 carries for 22 yards in the season. And another wideout is number 20, Ty Wilkerson. He is 6'1", 165 pounds, a sophomore. He has carried the ball just once for 4 yards, but he has 5 catches so far for 36 yards. That's the starting lineup offensively for the Bulldogs under Bo Orlando, who's filling in for the ailing Mike Bennett for the second time. Bulldogs come in 0-2. Their losses to Southern Columbia and Valley View. Berwick against Abington Heights. Keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, when we look at the keys, Jim, I think Abington Heights wants to keep their balance, and I think Berwick wants to maintain a balance as well offensively. So the defenses really have to honor both the run and the pass. For Berwick, Stoppington, Abington Heights, they like the quick pitch game to Anthony Curry. He's a strong running back. You've went over his numbers, 72 yards on the season with a touchdown. But off of him, they like the quarterback runs with Nick Bradley, and he's the more dangerous of the runner, 128 yards on the year. And quarterbacks, whether it be on broken plays, scrambles, impromptu, or, in this case, a lot of design quarterback runs, can be a very, very dangerous weapon. Berwick is very acutely aware that this quarterback likes to run, and they've been practicing against it all week. Hope they have some reads and some tells where they might sense he's going to run. If you know it's coming, you do better in stopping it. Berwick also has to stop the tough passing game that they're going to get out of Nick Bradley. Mason Feeder is a tough end to cover. He stands 6'4". He's tough to cover on short passes up early, and if you let him downfield, he's going to out-jump you for the ball. Berwick defensively, their key is to key on him, stop him. They feel they can stop the others with the normal defense, but he's going to kind of get a rotating zone in his direction. They're going to run the corners up because they're not tall enough to stay with them deep. And hopefully the safety is going to be Billy Hansen, who goes 6'1" and tries to stay with him down the field deeper. They also feel they need a strong pass rush, and they're hoping that Harrison Snyder can unload some of the talent that he has from his new sort of outside linebacker defensive end position and pressure the quarterback, not giving him time to throw. Turn it around. Berwick, too, wants to keep a balanced attack, and they're best when they're doing that, running the ball effectively and throwing in about a 50-50 look. They've been effective with their zone read, and I think it's been getting, as each quarter of the season's progressed, it's looked a little bit stronger. Tyler Winter's a nice running back on the first part of it, but then when you get the quarterback, Ethan Lear, pulling it out and running that second part of the zone read, he's been even more effective. He's also been strong in the ball handling with play-action passing. He's been successful to Billy Hansen and Tyler Wilkerson, two young star receivers. Hansen, 7 catches, 90 yards, a touchdown. Ty Wilkerson's look good, 5 catches, 36. Abington Heights has scouted Berwick, but they've scouted him against Southern Columbia and Valley View, where it's hard for the offense to really have shown a whole lot. Berwick will have a different type of game plan in this one and hope they can make more things happen. Abington Heights has to be ready for whatever that game plan shows. Abington will come with a 4-man line, 3 linebackers and 4 deep. One thing with Abington, they have 8 two-way starters. They've been affected with that injury at center to Anthony Riker. It throws off their offensive line. It's going to throw off the timing of some plays. We're going to have to keep an eye on how much that affects their consistency offensively early, Jim.
Yeah, you mentioned Anthony Riker. He's not available for this game. He is a senior and their normal starter, and I talked to one of their assistant coaches, and they were very concerned about that. Other than the snaps, if you have a center and a good center, what does he give to you? Because we don't put a lot of emphasis on centers. We seldom mention their name.
Well, first of all, the game's changed. So you do worry about the snap because an awful lot of snaps are shotgun snaps. And to me, I never wanted a shotgun snap in high school when I was coaching. It wasn't in vogue yet, and I never felt comfortable with it. I understand why coaches go to it. It's a trend in the game, but it's a harder snap than the normal snap from directly under center. So if it's your number 2 center who hasn't done it a whole lot, are you going to have 4 or 5 or 6 snaps that are off pace? Are they going to float back rather than snap on back to the quarterback? You worry about the cadence call. The center and the quarterback have a certain rhythm with the rest of the team that when you call it on the third hut and it's hut, 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 on that H of the third hut, that ball's coming back. This guy might be a half a second slower than that and throw the whole rhythm of the play off. It also scrambles the line. You're going to move Brandon Lazinski, who's normally a guard, over to center. You're taking a defensive tackle and Jackson Drake and pushing him up into guard. And the center's usually in command of the offensive line calls. He says, whichever way they're doing it, you take the left, I'll take the right, we'll double team here, you'll do that. It's a coded system, but it's going to be different with the new man making those calls. So there's so many things that can go a little bit wrong, from cadence to line blocking to clean exchanges, to just the change in the line positions where people aren't ready. Here come the Bulldogs, Jim.
How can you tell? That's a tradition at Crispin Field for a long time. Those fireworks when the Bulldogs come out. And we mentioned it as Military Appreciation Night. And the Bulldogs are wearing camo jerseys. But thankfully, from our point of view, nice, easy to see white numerals. We've seen a number of teams in the area go to the camo jerseys, and those dark numbers, you just can't see them. So the Bulldogs are wearing the white numbers tonight, along with the white helmets and blue camo, if you will, for this game tonight as they get set to go against the Comets of Abington Heights. We kick off weekend number 3 of the high school football season here at Crispin Field. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Captains walking to the center of the field to meet with the officiating crew for tonight's game. The referee is Mike Monahan. The umpire is Frank Galicki. Jeremy Yarish is the linesman. The line judge is Billy White. Christopher Stefalo is the field judge. And Aaron Nivert is the side judge. They do this in the Wyoming Valley Conference 20 minutes before the game starts. And so what they're doing now is just ceremonial. I thought I saw earlier Berwick winning the toss and deferring, and that is the indication from the officials. So Abington Heights is going to get the football first, and they'll be moving from our right to our left. The Comets wearing white jerseys, white pants, white helmets, blue numerals, and trim.
Jim, for those who can't make the game with this military appreciation night, I want to point out to our far right, outside of the stadium, Berwick Fire Company has a hook and ladder truck, and it's extended 1, 2, 3 all the way up in a huge flag draping. Extremely impressive. And, of course, Berwick with the fireworks and the anthem and everything really sets the stage for patriotism in America and getting ready for Friday night football.
Weekend number 3 about to kick it off, and Luke Peters will do the honors for Berwick. He is their senior place kicker. Abington Heights normally sends Kevin Schmidt and Anthony Cura deep. We'll see how that goes. So the Berwick defense, which has had its problems with the first 2 opponents of the season, taking on another potent offense. And they'll get a chance to see what they can do right away, as it is Schmidt deep, along with Anthony Cura. So Luke Peters checks with the official behind him, Frank Galicki. Abington Heights moving from our right to our left in the opening half of this game that is underway. The kick very, very high, and Schmidt back to his 4-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and forced out of bounds by Josh Kishbaugh as he got over the 20 to about the 22. So a nice kickoff to start the game by Luke Peters. Berwick defensively will line up with Mike Fell, Jason Shuckers, and J.J. Leonard, the front three. Outside linebackers, Harrison Snyder, and getting a start tonight is Rocco Romeo. Inside, Liam Carroll and Jimmy DeAndrea. The corners, Caleb May and Josh Kishbaugh. The safeties, Alex Estrella and Billy Hansen. 22-yard line is the line of scrimmage for Abington Heights. Talented sophomore quarterback Nick Bradley under center with an I formation behind him. He fakes handoff, keeps the football, and gets around his man over the 30 and may have a first down. So Berwick fooled by the fake handoff. Finally, Jimmy DeAndrea ran Bradley out, but he is a true dual-threat quarterback, and he shows it there with a 12-yard carry.
Made a nice fake to the running backs going over right guard, and then pulled, pivoted, and came. Rocco Romeo getting his start at that sort of outside linebacker defensive end. Bit on the initial fake, took it down too tight, and then couldn't react quickly enough to make the play and lost contain.
Mason Fedor, their excellent wide receiver, to the right. Kevin Schmidt to the left. Bradley again under center. Blocking back to the right. Just one running back behind Bradley, who's back to throw, and he fires a quick out, and he has Fedor, and he's lots of running room over midfield to the 45 and to the 40-yard line. Well, his size at 6'4" had nothing to do with that. He just caught the short pass, and there was no resistance until he got into Berwick territory at the 41.
Berwick needs to be in better position to make the tackles. He did catch it. He's tall. He's lanky. There's a lot you can grab on. He's not going to pull over you, but he was just able to weave himself down for a long gain.
25 yards altogether. 1st and 10, Abington Heights at the Berwick 41-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Toss, sweep. Sweeping that right side is Cura, and he has good running room inside the 35, down around the 32-yard line.
Defensive end had contained, but got pushed out a little too wide. This time they run inside that defensive end, and Cura is able to get a 9-yard gain on basically a pitch sweep and cutting it inside.
Good start for this Abington Heights offense. 12-yard run, 25-yard pass, 9-yard run. 2nd down and 1 now at the Berwick 32-yard line.
And all different aspects of the offense. 3 different people with touches.
Sespico, the tight end to the right, slot to the left. I formation. Bradley under center, gives the fullback Borsman. He's brought down for loss at the 34-yard line. First big defensive play for Berwick.
Yeah, I believe it was Jimmy DeAndrea. Jimmy came on up and hit him hard. They'll lose a yard on that as the linebacker stuffs the play.
3rd down, looks closer to 3 to go for the first down for Abington Heights. So DeAndrea from his middle linebacker position, 5'11", 195-pound senior with the big defensive play. Abington Heights, 3rd down and 3.
Keep an eye on the quarterback running.
I formation behind that quarterback, Bradley. Call goes to Borsman, the fullback. He's got the first down and then some. Good blocking from the offensive front. And Austin Borsma fouled it well to the 26-yard line. He picked up 7. 1st and 10 for the Comets.
Brandon Lisinski's in its center. He's a 270-pounder. Aside of him is another 270-pounder, and Liam Fick. They're going to make room for that running back.
From the 26-yard line. Now Cura is the lone running back. Borsman on a wing to the right. Berwick showing blitz. Bradley back to throw. Fires beyond the reach of his intended target at the 23-yard line. It was Kevin Schmidt. And Josh Kishbaugh in the coverage for Berwick.
Berwick needs to make a few stops. So far, the running game and the passing game have complemented each other well. Second and 10 coming up. Berwick would like to hold them here, force a 3rd and long.
Bradley, the sophomore quarterback, jogs to the sideline to get each play. He's back on the field now, and they're going to operate out of the gun. He's got a running back to either side of him and a wide receiver to either side. Back to throw is Bradley. Big pass rush. DeAndrea almost had it, but he gets away, gets down the sideline, and gets some good yardage down to the 20-yard line. Jimmy DeAndrea came across, had him in the grass, couldn't hold on. And Bradley, the good runner that he is, takes a loss, an apparent loss, and makes it into a 5-yard gain as we have an injured Bulldog on the way across the field.
One lineman chasing plays down on that far sideline. DeAndrea really came on the blitz, and it seemed like he was going to be able to throw the man down. He had him by the jersey, but just couldn't get any more of him. And as you mentioned, his quarterback Bradley's a tough runner. Able to shrug away from that, found the sideline, and only got about 5 or 6 yards, but he could have lost 3 if DeAndrea was able to finish with the sack.
Yeah, that makes it a very makeable situation for Abington Heights, probably in 4-down territory anyhow, and they'll be facing 3rd and 5 out after this injury timeout.
Both teams have gone to the sideline. They'll get a little bit more water as the player is up and walking out under his own power. Berwick's number 57, that's lineman Mike Fell.
So Bulldogs digging in. Got a big freshman in that defensive front now, Nico Lonzinski, as Berwick trying to make a stand. Abington Heights moving the ball well off the opening kickoff. And they have a 3rd and 5 at the Berwick 21-yard line.
3rd and 5, but in 4th down territory, Jim, way too far for field goal attempts. So you're thinking 2 plays here.
3 receivers to the left. Boersma is a running back to the right of Bradley, who will operate out of the gun. 3rd down call. Bradley has the snap. Back to throw. Fires over the middle, has his man, a completion of the tight end, Sespico, down to the 5-yard line. Cade Sespico, his first catch of the season. Strong throw by Bradley. They pick up 15 on the play, and it's 1st and goal to 6.
Trips all the way off to the left. Sespico somehow, hiding on the right side, works his way right down the middle. Throw goes over the head of the center on a bullet. Cade Sespico makes his first catch of the season, a big one.
9th play of this opening drive at the Berwick 6-yard line. Offset eye behind the quarterback Bradley. Berwick showing blitz. Bradley fakes handoff, keeps the football, gets outside, inside the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Bradley in from 6 yards out. The Comets have the early lead.
He looked like he was going to hand it to the right, and then took that spin. It looked like he wanted to go over his left guard, but it was filled, and the linebackers coming in, shooting in hard. Took it wider, and again, the outside linebacker losing contain on the running quarterback. Should have been able to make the play.
9-play drive. 78 yards. Jack Farrell is 7 for 7 on the season in extra points. His kick is up, and his kick is good. Todd on the field. 9:27 to go. Opening quarter. Abington Heights 7. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9 plays, 78-yard scoring drive for the Comets of Abington Heights off the opening kickoff. 6-yard touchdown run by quarterback Nick Bradley. Tops it off. Bradley, a terrific runner as well as a thrower, in for the score. And now Jack Farrell, following his extra point, will kick it off for Abington Heights.
Long drive. Berwick made some assignment mistakes over the course of that drive, coming very close on a number of plays, almost a big sack, but the quarterback gets away. Good in their passing, good hands. People contribute very nicely in the passing game with receptions by Feeder as well as Cade Sespico.
Looks like the Bulldogs are going to do a lot more blitzing in this game than we've seen so far this season. Trying to mix it up, get something going. As Farrell's kick goes to the far side. Tyler Winter at the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and over the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. Nice return by Winter. Berwick will get it for the first time against an Abington Heights defense that lines up with Cade Sespico, Brandon Lazinski, Jackson Drake, and Asiel Richards, the front four. Linebackers, Anthony Shilari, Austin Boersman, DeClan Walsh. The corners, Kevin Schmidt and Gavin Anders. Mason Fedor and Anthony Cura are the safeties. So good field position for Berwick on their first possession, their own 38-yard line, as they move from our right to our left. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Lear out of the gun. Fakes handoff, keeps the football, has some running room, then they close quickly. He'll get to about the 45-yard line. But a good first down carry, 7 yards for Ethan Lear.
Yeah, nice fake on the inside. I thought he handed it to Tyler Winter, and I believe the linebackers felt the same. They collapsed inside. Lear takes it wide and gets a good 7, maybe 8 yards.
Second down and 3. Bulldogs from their 45-yard line, and Abington Heights jumped across, made contact. Berwick will get a first down the easy way.
We haven't seen Ethan Lear bark signals, but something induced about 3 Abington Heights players to jump there. Quick 5 yards and an easy first down.
So Berwick with the ball at midfield as they look to the sideline for the play call from Nick Dawson. Again, a double slot. Lear awaits the shotgun snap. Has it, fakes handoff, keeps the football off the middle. Lots of running room. May have a first down at the Abington Heights 40-yard line.
Yeah, I believe he does, Jim. It's his own read again. This time, Winter faking to the outside. They put it in his belly, pull it out, and Ethan Lear goes in that B gap between his left guard and left tackle. There was a nice seam in there for him to run.
Clock running, 8:24 to go, opening quarter. Abington Heights with a 7-0 lead, but Berwick on their first possession has something going at the Comet 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Billy Hansen wide right. Lear started to mark signals, then stops and looks to the sideline. He's got Tyler Winter as the running back to his right. Call goes to Winter off the left side. Has some running room, 35, 30, and all the way down near the 25-yard line. Right now, Berwick's misdirection helping, and the offensive line doing a really nice job.
Yeah, he'll get 15 on that. With the quarterback having so much success, the Abington Heights defense keyed on him. He gave it off to Winter, who took it off the left side, turned it into a sweeping action, beat people to the corner, and got nicely downfield.
First and 10, Berwick. Tyler Winter on the 15-yard run. A fake to him, keeping the ball as Lear straight ahead, and picks up about 3 to the 22-yard line.
He put it in Winter's belly and then followed him, and the two of them both had the ball for a lot of the exchange. I think Lear wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be fumbled, and I think that Winter felt the same way. One of us will have it. I'll give the carry to the quarterback, Ethan Lear, as he pushed his runner ahead of him.
Second down and 7. Berwick on the march at the Abington Heights 22-yard line. Ty Wilkerson wide to the left. Offset I behind Lear, who's now under center from the 22. Gives the ball to Winter off the left side. Has running room to 15. And Tyler Winter down near the 10-yard line. And gets some terrific blocking off that left side.
Yes, they are. They're giving him the C-gap, Jim. It's looking like a sweep, but they get a kick-out block, and he turns it up inside of that and then works his way to the sideline. Tyler Winter finishes the run strong as men come up and bring him down. Hands up by the helmet, but no face masking called.
Tyler Winter with an 11-yard run. He had a 15-yard run on this drive, and now Berwick first and 10, just inside the 11-yard line of Abington Heights. High formation. Deandra, the fullback, ahead of Winter. Tyler Winter gets the call off the right side, dragged down as he gets inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Jackson Drake on the stop for Abington Heights.
They've been having a lot of their success on this drive running off the left side. They decide to vary it and power it over the right side, and Jackson Drake proves to be detrimental to that thinking.
Second down and 8. Berwick at the Abington Heights 9-yard line. Comets scored on their first series. Berwick trying to match that. Lear under center. Gives the ball straight ahead to Deandria, and he has stood up as he gets to the 6, maybe the 5-yard line. We'll wait to see where they give him the forward progress.
Not a long run, but not a short run either, Jim. He had the initial seam right there at the line of scrimmage. Gavin Jones, Matt Gordner, Jay Shuckers off that right side. Gave him a little bit of a seam before the linebackers came up and hit him.
He got 4 to the 5-yard line. So Berwick, third down and 4 from the Abington Heights 5. Lear will now operate out of the gun with Tyler Winter to his left. And Berwick beats the count. A wide receiver lined up to the left makes things tougher. Boy, they've gone mistake-free on this drive until that one. That makes it tough, though. Back to the 10-yard line. And now a third down and 9.
And the man widest from the play may have had nothing at all to do with it, Jim. Probably going nowhere unless it was part of the pass package. I don't know, though. I probably would have had 2 runs in there, one of them being with the quarterback. Now the strategy changes. It's 3rd and 9 for the first, which is down at the 1-yard line.
Slot to the right side. Lear out of the pistol. Gives to Winter. Big hole up the middle. He goes in for a touchdown. Tyler Winter straight up the gut from 10 yards out.
Did not expect that play call. Nothing but a straight dive, not even a fake by the quarterback. He hits it off the A-gap on the right side. Gavin Jones to center, Matt Gordner. And they've got Abington Heights either out of position or being blocked. Tyler Winter like a gun, like a bullet through there. 10-yard touchdown run.
Luke Peters had 2 extra point attempts blocked in the last game against Valley View. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 4:49 to go for the quarter. Abington Heights 7, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9-play touchdown drive for Abington Heights from their first possession. Berwick matches it with a 9-play drive of their own. Boy, Tyler Winter had a terrific drive. Runs of 15, 11, and then 10 for the touchdown. So we are tied at 7 after Luke Peters' extra point.
All plays on the drive on the ground, Jim. No passing attempts.
Peters will kick it off. It's high, and Schmidt will field at the 9-yard line to the 10. Looking for room, gets by one man, and a nice tackle in the open field by Josh Kishbaugh at the 25.
Made it again. He was responsible for running the man out of bounds on the first kickoff. Now Josh Kishbaugh with an open field tackle here as it looked like the man might be finding an opening.
Andy, what was especially encouraging for Berwick on that scoring drive was they won the line of scrimmage.
Yes, the left side in particular, and then all of a sudden they switched, came to the right, they found seams there. So yes, dominant play by the offensive lineman.
1st and 10, Abington Heights from their own 26-yard line. Backs in an open set behind the quarterback, Nick Bradley, who's under center. He drops back to throw. Big pass rush. He'll be sacked back at the 21-yard line. Berwick showing a lot of blitzing in the early going and no chance for Bradley there.
Jimmy DeAndrea's demand, they're calling to blitz, Jim. From that inside linebacker position, he's been coming hard, shooting the gap, and they need to pressure this quarterback, not let him get comfortable. They're too good in the passing game, and this will also throw the running game off when you set them up at second and about 16.
Fedor wide to the right side. Schmidt in a slot to that side. Two dangerous wide receivers. As Bradley was under center, now he'll back up into the gun. Second and long. Berwick showing blitz again. Play action. He's got time now. Bradley looks, rolls right, fires on the run, diving catch. And if it's made, it's a first down. Schmidt went to the ground and made the catch. Nice play by him. Coming back for a big gain of 17 out to the 38-yard line and a first down.
Coming back and going low where the ball was. Quarterback feeling some pressure, rolls to his right to buy himself some extra time. Rolls toward his receivers, throws low to Schmidt, who goes down and scoops it up.
Mason Fedor wide to the right side. Schmidt wide left. Bradley under center from the 38-yard line. Toss, sweep, left side. Great running room for Declan Walsh. He's at the Berwick 35, the 30, and all the way down to the 20-yard line. So Abington Heights goes to a senior running back, Declan Walsh, who's averaging almost 11 yards a carry. He didn't hurt that average there with a long run to the Berwick 22.
Bit of a slashing run, left side of the center to the right side of the center. Found a huge seam. You know, Berwick may be blitzing, and sometimes you run yourself out of the play. Huge gain there, tilts the field.
40 yards on the carry, first and 10 at the Berwick 22-yard line. High formation, Boersma, the carry off the left, gets inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. Now, that was Declan Walsh again, or was it?
I wasn't sure, Jim. I never liked the notion of giving it to a man when he's winded after a 40-yard burst, but some coaches feel, oh, he's hot, he's excited, give it to him again.
They did not. The running was Dominic Vergnetti, who were not even given him on the depth chart. So Vergnetti makes the carry, gets 4 to the 18, second and 16. Vergnetti and Walsh to either side of Bradley. Out of the gun, he has the snap and throws, and has a man open for the touchdown. Kevin Schmidt grabs it about the 1, goes in for the score, and Abington Heights just that quickly has taken the lead.
Caleb May on the coverage, but he's playing way off. They run a skinny post down near the goal line, catch it in front of Caleb May. Just not in position for any type of deflection of getting that pass away. They aren't going to get behind them, but they don't need to get behind them when they can catch it on the 2.
Schmidt's second touchdown reception of this early season. Now Jack Farrell will try to stay perfect of the season with extra points. His kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 2:15 to go, opening quarter. Abington Heights 14, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Offensive start to this game at Crispin Field tonight. Abington Heights, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Berwick, 1 possession, 1 touchdown. 14-7 Comets, 2:15 to go in this opening quarter.
Berwick's going to have to play better defense, Jim. Positionally, they're just not strong. Play by the cornerback there, it's just way too loose. You're giving them the pass. They've been struggling at outside linebacker with contain and then getting kicked out. Not finishing enough plays with tackles on the inside.
Jack Farrell will kick it off for Abington Heights, following his second extra point of the game. Kick will go to Tyler Winter at the 15-yard line, to the 20, to the 25, the 30, and out to the 33-yard line. Nice return by Winter, and Berwick gets it for the second time.
In that first drive, Tyler Winter had 4 carries for 38 yards. Jimmy DeAndrea, a 4-yard carry up inside the red zone. And Ethan Lear with 3 carries for 21. All on the ground, all effective.
And not only did they score, but they used up a lot of clock, and I think that's vital for Berwick, too, because it doesn't look like they're going to be able to stop Abington Heights. You're going to have to try to keep the Comets offense off the field as Berwick puts it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Tyler Winter comes off. He'll not be part of at least this first snap. Jimmy DeAndrea is behind Ethan Lear in the pistol. Harrison Snyder on a wing to the right will lead the blocking for DeAndrea. He's got some room. 40, 45, midfield to the 45 and down to the 35-yard line. Jimmy DeAndrea has a world of speed. We see it for the first time in this young season. He got some great blocking and got to the Comets 38.
Harrison Snyder shifted from the left side to a right H-back position. His man came out to play contain, and he just pushed him. Wide hole in the C-gap there, and Jimmy DeAndrea sprinted through it.
29 yards on the carry by DeAndrea. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Abington Heights 38-yard line. We go under 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Lear out of the gun, and again, the same player that cost him 5 earlier does it again by moving before the snap.
Wide of the play, yet probably nothing to do with it. They haven't bothered passing, and yet it's the receivers who are jumping. Inexcusable.
1st and 15. Boy, you hate those penalties anytime, but when you have things going offensively like Berwick does in this opening quarter, you don't want to put yourself in the 1st and long situation, which is what they face now from the Abington Heights 43.
Couple successful runs, and they might put themselves at the 3rd and 4th down territory, Jim.
The pistol, fake handoff. Lear keeps it inside the 40 and all the way down to the 33-yard line. So Ethan Lear, brought down by Jackson Drake, with a good 1st down carry to the 33 and pick up of 10. It'll be 2nd and 5.
A little bit of fake to nobody, and then he pivots, and there is a seam for him. So whether there's some natural movement taking Abington Heights out of position and creating seams, the Berwick offensive line doing the job.
Trips to the left. The first pass of the game from Lear goes to Billy Hansen, and Hansen a nice tackle in the open field as he gets just to the 31-yard line.
Kevin Schmidt out there is able to bring him down. He tried to go airborne to try to jump and get to the chains, but Schmidt in there grabs him and brings him down.
3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. That might be the final play of this opening quarter. We'll see if they try to get another play off as we're down under 10 seconds remaining. I think Berwick will take advantage of this change of quarters to be able to talk over what is an important 3rd down and 3 call coming. One in the books here at Crispin Field. Abington Heights 14. Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford. Better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Entertaining first quarter of football here at Crispin Field. Abington Heights 14, Berwick 7. Haven't seen a punt yet. Both these offenses looking prolific. Berwick moving from our right to our left in this second quarter, facing a 3rd down and 3 at the Abington Heights 31-yard line.
And 4th down territory, so they can run it twice if they choose.
Lear has the snap. Quarterback draw. Looking for the first down. He won't get there. Gets a yard to the 30-yard line. So now a 4th down and 2. Big call coming for Berwick. The way Abington Heights offense is operating, Bulldogs cannot afford to give it up. They need to match scores.
Can't turn it over on downs here. They need a short 2. Quarterback run's been effective, but they just stopped it there. Keep your eye on the exchange with Winters and Lear.
Winter to the left of Ethan Lear. Here we go. 4th and 2. Lear looks to the sideline, and we have a timeout call, I believe. To 7.
Timeout, Jim. It may not matter that much, but I was a little confused by the way it was signaled.
Yeah, the scoreboard hasn't indicated yet whose timeout that was, but they did definitely point to Abington Heights. It's a 4th down and 2 for Berwick, so they get a chance to talk things over.
Ball's on the left hash, wide side of the... down, but for me it's always a running down. Berwick's only had 1 pass, a 2-yarder to Billy Hansen in this first half. Straight down and bounce for the Abington defense. I thought he got...
and down the field scoring. That could really, really hurt the Bulldogs as Abington Heights takes over at their 29.
Bulldogs need to tighten up, Jim. They're playing a little too loose on the passing game. You don't want to get beat deep, but if they get beat deep in front of you and then they run it in, that's no good. They got a little stronger at certain positions and make some tackles.
I formation. Bradley under center. Toss, sweep, right side. Lots of running room for Cura over the 40 to the 41 for a first down.
Very physical tackle in there by Liam Carroll, but not until they got. Chase Shuckers, I think, may have jumped off sides. There was no flag, but I think the defense felt one was coming, and I think they relaxed. Abington Heights didn't relax as they continue with the play and blast ahead for the chains.
12 yards in the carry by Anthony Cura. We're early in the second quarter. Abington Heights has scored on their 2 previous possessions. They lead Berwick 14-7. They have a first down at their own 41-yard line. Again, the I formation. A fake toss sweep. Bradley keeps it. Nice play by Ty Wilkerson. Yep. He stood his ground and just waited for Bradley to come there, and it'll be a loss in the play.
Ty Wilkerson isn't always in there, but they've been struggling with that outside linebacker defensive end position. And I believe they inserted him there and said, just contain it. Don't let them get wide. Play it the best you can, and the best he can. There was a 2-yard loss.
Second down and 12. Abington Heights at their own 39-yard line. Slot to the right side. Schmidt in the slot. Fedor outside of him. Bradley under center with an I formation behind him. Bradley back to throw. Fires a quick out to Schmidt. Makes a nice move on his man over the 45. Knocked out of bounds at about the Berwick 46-yard line. They'll pick up about 7 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 5.
You called it a nice move on the man. I'm calling it, where's the tackle by that man? You can let him catch it underneath, tackle him for a 2-yard gain, no big deal. But you can't have him catch it, then shake and bake and get around you. Again, a mistake by Berwick. They got to play better defense, tackle better.
Bulldogs need a stop. Abington Heights has scored on its 2 previous possessions. Now they have a 3rd and 5 at their own 46. Bradley out of the gun. Fires a quick pass in and out of the hands of Sean Theodore, the intended receiver at the Berwick 48. So the Bulldogs do indeed get a stop. Punting situation for the Comets.
And we're seeing the whole scale change as they're on the wrong side of midfield to take the chance. They're protecting the 14-7 lead. They'll punt it away from the right hash from about their 45-yard line.
Billy Hansen back deep, anticipating the punt. The sophomore quarterback, Nick Bradley, does the punting for this team. Anthony Shalari doing the long snapping. Penalty against Abington Heights. Moving back 5.
I missed a signal.
There it is again.
It's 5 yards, illegal substitution. Sometimes you come out of that huddle, Jim, and there's 12 men and one runs out to the sideline. You're not allowed to do that. It's deceptive as the defense tries to line up, and they think you're going to be a wide receiver, and you're no longer in the play. Illegal substitution.
Bradley back at his 26. Good snap. Kick is away, and it's not a good kick. Off the side of his foot. We'll see where the officials mark it, but Berwick's going to get great field position, so they get the stop. Their first of the night. And then the short punt. We'll see where they mark it. Might be in Abington Heights territory.
It only went about 15 yards in the air. They triangulated even less than that. Not a great snap, Jim, and we know that Anthony Riker, their normal center, is out. I don't know if he does the long snap.
He does not.
He does not. But they were slow in the punt, very slow in the motions. A man came in and pressured, but I don't think it affected. It was just he just shanked it.
It was a 9-yard punt, and Berwick has the ball at midfield, down 14-7, 9:51 to go first half. Lear out of the gun. Ty Wilkerson in motion, gets the handoff, trying to use that speed of his. He gets inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Nice first down play.
Yes, it was. He had a run earlier in the season, just a 4-yard. This time the jet streak in motion, uses his speed from left to right, the wide side of the field. He'll stretch that for a good 7 yards.
Second down and 3. Bulldogs at the Comets, 43-yard line.
His defensive stop as an outside linebacker was the play that made the stop in the last series for his team. Now he makes the offensive play.
Call goes. No, it's a fake, and keeping the ball is Lear, and he's got the first down to the 35-yard line. Ethan Lear. You know, one of the underrated aspects of a quarterback is their ball handling. Ethan Lear's very, very good.
He's deceptive, Jim. He looks like he's giving it away. He sells it, and then he explodes out of there, pivoting around, coming off this left side, finding the seam and running hard.
Picked up 8 on the play. First and 10, Berwick at the Abington Heights 35-yard line. Slot to the right. Ty Wilkerson in the slot. Lear gives the ball to Tyler Winter. He's brought down by Boersma, but good second effort by him. Spins away from Boersma. Gets to the 29-yard line. Great effort by Tyler Winter.
He runs hard. They're going to stretch that for a good 6-yard gain. A Winter on first down. He had 38 yards before that. Give him 44 now on this half.
Second down and 4. Berwick at the Abington Heights 29-yard line. Harrison Snyder on a wing to the right. Lear out of the gun. Second down call coming. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football straight ahead, keeps the legs churning, and very close to the first down yardage.
Might have heard some oohs as people brought him down. Some hands slid up to the ear holes of the helmet. He'll be just about a foot short of the first down. Nice effort, and again, the deceptive faking to Winter off the right, taking it over the left guard and getting the yardage.
Third down and a short one for the Bulldogs at the Comets 25-yard line. Straight I formation. Lear under center. Gives the ball straight ahead to DeAndrea, and he tries to leap over the pile, and I think he may have gotten enough.
Yeah, he just needed to get to the 25-yard line. I think he did cross that yard marker. They're quickly going to move the chains on it.
First and 10. Berwick at the 24-yard line.
Berwick not bothering to huddle, but come right to the ball. Not so much up-tempo as they all look to the sideline for the play. Ball's on the left hash. Wide side of the field is to the right. And again, just one pass in the course of the game so far. Lear hitting Billy Hansen for a 2-yard completion.
Under 7 minutes to go, opening half. Berwick trails by 7. They have it at the Abington Heights 24-yard line. Lear back to throw. There should be a holding call here as Lear able to get to the 21. Now flag comes down. Actually, there's flags all over the place. There was some blatant holding behind the line of scrimmage.
2 booths down from us are the Abington Heights coaches, and they're certainly
we can still hurt
for it. Yeah. They're way down the other side, and when it's very apparent, the officials don't miss it. Mike Monahan will signal it. No, we should signal it to our side, not to the Abington Heights side. Press box is over here, Mike. Yeah. There you go.
So the holding call will take it back to the 35-yard line, and it will be 1st and 20. It's a new rule. It used to be the penalty would be from the spot of the foul, which would make it much worse for Berwick. But as it is, it's still a tough situation. 1st and 20. Offset I. Lear under center. Slot to the right side. Tyler Winter gets the call off the right side, breaks one tackle, and then is driven back. He got maybe to the 31 or the 30 off the right side.
Declan Walsh had contained, and he was being blocked, and they ran inside of it. But he got off that block. If the man sustained the block just a little bit longer, he'd have got himself to the sideline and got significant yardage. But they were happy just enough with the collision on Declan Walsh. He recoups and comes back and makes the play.
5 yards for Tyler Winter, who's had a terrific first half running the football.
49 yards, Jim, on 6 carries.
2nd down. And 15. Bulldogs at the Comets 30. As we have a timeout called by the Bulldogs. Exactly 6 minutes remaining in the half. 14-7 Abington Heights. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Newell and Andy Lickney from Crispin Field in Berwick. Weekend number 3 of the 2023 high school football season kicking off here. Abington Heights leading Berwick 14-7. The Bulldogs have it following their timeout at the Comets 30-yard line. But they face a 2nd down and 15 as they're trying to overcome that holding penalty.
It does hurt them, but they are in position where they can go in 4th down and go with a play from scrimmage. So they'd like to see a nice burst here on 2nd and another on 3rd to set up a manageable 4th down play. They're on the right hash, wide side of the field, coming near side here to the left.
I formation. Winter's the tailback. DeAndrea ahead of him. Ty Wilkerson comes in motion to the left. Flag down the play. The pass goes over the head of Ty Wilkerson as there was a man right in the face of the quarterback.
He was rolling left, and he had a man set out there from the backfield to block who made the collision. But the rusher did not stop and continued to press.
Declan Walsh was the player applying the heat on Ethan Lear. This penalty will go against Berwick. So the Bulldogs had a really good thing going. It's a motion call against Berwick, declined. I think what happened is a man in motion for Berwick headed downfield ahead of time. And so now it's 3rd down and 15. So, again, Berwick in 4-down territory, but they'd like to get at least enough yardage here to make a much more manageable 4th down.
And again, they put the ball back on the right hash even after the roll to the left. Tougher for quarterback Ethan Lear rolling left to get a pass off.
Wilkerson in a slot to the left side. Lear back to throw, fires on the backfield, has Winter. Winter makes a cut to the middle of the field, 25, and down to the 17-yard line. Well, not the first down, but certainly making a 4th down play very manageable.
Yeah, real nice. Able to catch it in the flat, put the brakes on, spin inside, and then until he meets resistance, he's only going to be 2-3 yards away from that first down.
4th down and 2. For Berwick. 16 yards on the reception by Tyler Winter. Now Berwick. Big 4th down call.
Watch the quarterback run, Jim.
3 receivers to the left. Lear stops, looks to the sideline, and we have a timeout called. Abington Heights. Their second. We'll keep it here with 5:08 remaining. A big call coming for Berwick. Again, this Abington Heights offense is pretty dynamic. And the Bulldogs need to match scores. They have an opportunity here, but they'll have to convert on a 4th and 2 at the 16.
Abington Heights coach Joe Repshis, I think, saw the formation and didn't like the matchups he was seeing. Ball's on the right side. I'd be thinking quarterback run. Or Winter's been hitting those quick hitters very nicely, too. Spreading people out with the formation. Again, the running coach in me likes the notion of running. That 2 yards seems to have shrunk in my mind as I look over across the way. More like 1.5 is what they need.
Well, I love the way Tyler Winter runs. He always finishes. He finishes his run.
And the question is, do you want to go with that explosion at the start of the play, or do you want the deception and the sleekness of the quarterback run off of it? We're assuming a running play. See what the coaches of Berwick, what Nick Dawson chooses to do.
4th and 2. Winter lines up to the right of Lear, who waits the shotgun snap from the Abington Heights 16. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football himself, straight ahead, looking for the first down yardage, and it depends on where they mark it. He's certainly got some forward progress.
I'd give it to him. Depends. You got to find that forward progress, put the foot down.
It is a Berwick first down as they mark it at the 14-yard line. Good hard running by Ethan Lear, and the Bulldogs keep this drive alive.
I think as he's putting the ball in the stomach, he saw very, very quickly. They're collapsing on that. There's a seam to the left. I'm going to take it and go. So we didn't even finish the fake.
1st and 10 from the 14. Call goes to Winter, up the middle. Tyler Winter, nice effort by him down to the 5-yard line.
Wow. Lineman hit him right at the line of scrimmage and he was falling forward. I thought a 2-yard gain. Then 3, then 4, then 5, then almost 9 yards on that run.
2nd down call coming. 2nd and 2, we'll call it from the 6. Winter again the call and gets to the 5. To bring up a 3rd down and 1. Well, you see Tyler Winter and some of his strong runs. You forget, he's 5'7", 165 pounds.
But he uses the explosion, Jim. You have the speed going, and you have a fearlessness when you run. You see that little bit of a seam. I thought he almost crawled in low to get to the 5-yard line and approach that marker. They'll have 2 tries to get it here yet.
They mark it closer to the 6. Oh. And a quarterback keeper straight ahead looking for the first down yardage. A second effort by Ethan Lear may have gotten the first down.
May have. He had some motion and progress and then spun away from it and may have gotten more. Officials really have to put the foot down on where they think they're going to give him still short of that change, Jim.
So another huge call from Berwick with the clock running and 3:23 to go in the half. They trail 14-7. They converted on a 4th and 2 on this drive, and now they have a 4th down and 1 at the Abington Heights 5-yard line.
They put 2 big backs aside of him to push him, but then he spun away from that. Different look this time.
Under center is Lear. Gives the ball to Winter off the right side into the end zone for a touchdown. Great blocking off that right side. Winter in for the score.
They put 2 H-backs on the right side, like 2 wings, so there's an overload there. They knifed it in that direction of the C-gap on the right side where the extra blocking would be. Berwick's linemen, as well as the H-backs, created a wonderful seam for him to get the 5-yard touchdown.
Now Luke Peters will try to tie it up out of the hold of Josh Kishbaum. Snap is good. Placement's there. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Tied on the field. Exactly 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Abington Heights 14, Berwick 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the 1 or 2 to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
A short punt gave Berwick the ball at midfield. And the Bulldogs put together a 13-play drive, capped on a 5-yard run by Tyler Winter. And the score is knotted at 14, exactly 3 minutes to go in this opening half.
9 carries, 63 yards, along with that touchdown run, Tyler Winter. Ethan, there I have it, 46 yards rushing. Jimmy DeAndrea, 34 on 3 carries.
Luke Peters left foots it high and short and field by Cura at the 14-yard line to 30. Big hole. 45 over midfield. All the way down to the Berwick 34-yard line. Boy, that is a killer for the Bulldogs.
It is. Caleb Mays eventually does run it down to prevent the touchdown. Kicker slowed it down just a little bit, but he's not made for tackling. He's made for kicking. Caleb May not giving up on the play, eventually runs it down, but a short field for Abington Heights with just 2 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the half.
52 yards on the return by Cura. And Abington Heights, just that quickly, back in business. As we have a timeout, if it's Abington Heights, they are done with them for this half, and it is. We'll take one as well. 2:51 to go in the half, score tied at 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a 7 Mountains Media radio station.
Great kick return by Anthony Cura of Abington Heights. And the Comets have it at the Berwick 35-yard line. 2:51 to go opening half. Score tied at 14. Slap to the left. Mason Fedor wide right. Bradley looking. He is hit as he gets the pass away. Incomplete. Well, the receiver down at the 12-yard line has hands on the football. Couldn't pull it down as Kevin Schmidt. And 2 Bulldogs made a sandwich of the quarterback, Bradley, but he did get it away.
He had too much time. And then eventually, right before getting sandwiched, he drills it down the middle in the direction of Kevin Schmidt. And it's just a ball that's a little too tough to catch.
2nd down and 10. Comets at the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs. Fedor and Schmidt wide to the left. Theodore wide to the right. Bradley out of the gun on second down. Back to throw. Big pass rush. Fires it downfield. Incomplete. He had a man open. Berwick got some pressure on him. Probably threw it a little faster than he wanted to. Harrison Snyder in on him.
Yeah, Sean Theodore somehow got all by himself, 10 yards behind the corner on the right side. Yeah, hurried the pass, overthrew it. That should have been an easy touchdown.
Third down and 10. Abington Heights at the Berwick 35-yard line. Slot to the right. Theodore. To the other side is Bradley. Awaits the shotgun snap. Has it. Back to throw. Big pass rush. Rolls right. Looking downfield. He'll be pushed out of bounds. Boy, Berwick got a great pass rush, and then they kept coming. Mike Fell, who was injured earlier, back in there, forces him out of bounds. Now 4th and long for Abington Heights with 2:34 to go in this half. And the ball at the Berwick 38-yard line as they lose 3.
I like that Mike Felt gave him a shot as well. You know, he's trying to slow down, hold himself off the sideline and throw it. Mike Felt would have none of it. He gave him a good push to get him out of bounds, and it was a good physical play.
Big call coming. 4th and 13. Abington Heights at the Berwick 38-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Bradley, low snap, back to throw. Throws it up for grabs downfield. The jump ball is incomplete. Went for his tallest receiver, Mason Fedor, and good coverage downfield by the Bulldogs.
Yes, Alex Estrella from safety and Josh Kishbaugh both there. Now they are at a disadvantage with the height, but they play the jump well. They're able to swat at that ball, provide a distraction, and turn this ball over to Berwick on downs.
Now the Bulldogs have it at their 38-yard line. Score tied at 14. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 2:27 to go in this opening half.
They haven't passed much. I have them with 2 completes, just a 2-yarder to Billy Hansen and Tyler Winter catching one for 16. With the way the clock is at 2:27, they might open it up a little bit, get the ball in the air.
Center Gavin Jones over the football at the 38. Hansen wide right. Ty Wilkerson in the slot to that side. They fire to the other side to Kishbaugh. Josh Kishbaugh runs over a tackler, over midfield to the 47-yard line. An attitude run, yards after the catch by Josh Kishbaugh.
He's been noticeable. He helped stop that last deep pass on 4th down. He's made 2 stops on kick returns. And now a physical catch. Short hitch. He has a little blocking in front. By the time people come to get him, he's not going to stop.
14 yards on the reception. Berwick at the 48-yard line of the Comets as the call goes to Winter. Tyler Winter breaks out of a tackle, and another gets to the 36-yard line. He is running with attitude, as all these Berwick players are in this opening half, which has 1:55 to go.
Sprint of 7 yards was bringing him down, and he spun, but his knee did not touch. Got back out of that genuflecting action, took it for another 5. Beautiful. 10 carries, 75 yards on the half for Tyler Winter.
1:42 remaining in the half. Again, Berwick with a couple of timeouts remaining. Lear back to throw, fires, has his man. Billy Hansen on the far side, trying to get outside, cannot. At the 28-yard line, let's see if Berwick will use one of their timeouts here. The clock continues to run, 1:26 remaining. The ball at the 28, they picked up 8 on the play.
Always surprised. I think they're out of bounds, and the official right there says, no, keep that clock moving. So his knee went down before he was able to get himself out of bounds.
Clock still running, 107, 106, 105 to go in the half. Second down and 2. Lear gives the ball off to Winter, trying to break a tackle, does so, tripped up the 20, still on his feet down to the 14-yard line. Tyler Winter will not be denied in this opening half.
Came off the left and a man had him. He goes to a jump cut, continues to the left for 3 shuffle steps and another jump cut, and then he sprints on down to finish the run.
14 yards on the carry by Tyler Winter. 40 seconds to go in the half. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football straight ahead, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, and now the Bulldogs will use the timeout. We'll keep it here with 29 seconds remaining in this opening half.
Nice mix of plays. You're always worried at the high school level about clock management. When should you use the timeouts? Can you get yourself out of bounds? And Berwick's managed, with minimal time, to bring it on down into the red zone with 29 seconds to go.
This would be a huge score for Berwick. Not only would it give them their only lead of the game, their only lead of the season so far, but remember, they will get the football to start the second half.
Question is, what calls do you go with? They'll still have a timeout, or do they have two, Jimmy? They should have. They called one here, so 29 seconds to go with one timeout. Do you feel you have to pass right now? Could you run, get in for another run, use the timeout? It's how you're thinking. But you keep that one timeout in mind. You tell the players the urgency. If we don't get it, we want to hustle to the line of scrimmage. Where do you feel you need to pass? Ball's going to be on the left side, wide side to the right. Quarterback or right-handed quarterback would prefer rolling in that direction. Not quite the left hash, but left of center.
From the Abington Heights 8-yard line. Second down and 4, Berwick. 29 seconds to go. Score tied at 14.
With the timeout, Berwick has time to huddle after the timeout.
Might give it to Tyler Winter and say, there's the end zone.
Yeah.
The way he's going. He is behind Lear in the pistol. And he gets the ball up the middle. He's very close to the goal line. He'll come up short, but should have a Berwick first down.
Which should stop the clock to momentarily move the chains. 22, 21, they're going.
As the keeper by Lear in the end zone for a touchdown. Ethan Lear off the right side, and Berwick has the lead.
Just a wonderful sequence, Jim. You said it. Give it to the hot-handed Winter. He exploded up the middle, brought it down to the 1 or 2. And then Lear quickly in the lineup decides, let's go with it. We have the timeout. If I don't get in, he goes in standing.
Luke Peters, 2 for 2 in the night with extra points. Will attempt this one out of the hold of Josh Kishbaugh. Ethan Lear with the snap. It's a little bit low. Kishbaugh does a good job getting it down, and Peters does a good job getting it through. Time on the field. 15 seconds to go first half. Berwick 21, Abington Heights 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Bulldogs of Berwick have taken their first lead of the game, first lead of the season as they lead Abington Heights 21-14, 15 seconds remaining in this opening half.
Squib kick probably in order with just 15 seconds. Of course, the quarterback has a long arm and tall receivers. So if you squib it, you'd still like to get 20 or 30 yards.
And last time Anthony Cura had a long return, appeared to set up Abington Heights. Good position, but Berwick had the defensive stand they needed. And their offense does the job and gives them the lead. Line drive kick bounces about the 9. Picked up there by Schmidt, up the middle, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, to midfield, and still on his feet to the Berwick 40-yard line. 6 seconds to go in the half. Remember, Abington Heights with no timeouts.
But they'll have time to at least get the one playoff. They have a 6-foot receiver. Luke Peters, the kicker, eventually had to make the tackle, Jim. It'll be Hail Mary time here from the 40-yard line. And if you don't get it, you hope for a pass interference and a second chance at it.
Boy, Berwick has not covered kicks well the last 2 attempts.
Which is one of the reasons I was surprised they didn't squib it.
Let's look for Mason Fedor. He is wide to the right side. 6 seconds to go in the half, and the Berwick 41. Bradley back to throw, looking long for Feeder, one-on-one, incomplete. Good coverage down at the 10-yard line. Giving up a lot of size is Billy Hansen, but he still made the play. 1 second showing.
I'd go with the same play. If he caught it, he was going to catch it around the 10-yard line, Jim, and he could make the tackle there and maybe end things. I don't know if the quarterback has the arm from a drop. He'd have to be getting it almost 50 yards downfield to reach the end zone. And I don't think Berwick's going to give him enough time to do that.
Second down call coming. Just 1 second remaining in the half. No timeouts for Abington Heights. Low snap. Bradley back to throw. Firing long for Theodore. Incomplete. Good coverage down the 9-yard line. And that will end the first half of play with the score. Berwick 21. Abington Heights 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at a price you can afford at W&L Mazda.
Discover the luxury Mazda vehicles without the high price tags. Whether you're looking for technology and fuel efficiency for long commutes or the extra space for weekend getaways, head to W&L Mazda today for a test drive.
The W&L Mazda team will take the time to understand your drive and will match you with a perfect Mazda to accompany you on the way to success. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland, or visit us the last week of September at the Bloomsburg Fair, just off C Ave. Find us online at WNLMazda.com.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center. Discover the W&L difference today.
Exciting first half of football here at Crispin Field. Berwick in the lead over Abington Heights, 21-14. Abington Heights took the opening kickoff, put together a nice-looking 9-play, 78-yard drive, capped on a 6-yard touchdown run by quarterback Nick Bradley. Bradley had a 12-yard run along the way, and also he completed passes of 25 to Mason Fedor and 15 to Kayad Sespico. Jack Farrell had the extra point after Bradley's touchdown run, and Abington Heights had an early 7-0 lead. Berwick came right back with a 9-play, 62-yard drive of their own, capped on a 10-yard run by Tyler Winter, who's had a terrific first half. Winter also had runs of 15 and 11 yards on that drive. A drive finished on by Luke Peters with his extra point. Score was tied at 7 with 4:49 to go in the first. But Abington Heights answered. A 5-play, 74-yard scoring drive, the longest play of the drive, a 40-yard run by Declan Walsh. Nick Bradley's 18-yard touchdown pass to Kevin Schmidt was the finisher. Jack Farrell at the extra point. After one quarter play, Abington Heights led by a score of 14-7. But in the second quarter, Berwick, taking advantage of a 9-yard punt, took over at midfield and put together a 13-play drive, capped on a 5-yard touchdown run by Tyler Winter on a 4th down and 1. Luke Peters had the extra point. Score was tied at 14. Abington Heights answered with a 52-yard kick return by Anthony Cura, setting them up at the Berwick 38. But the Bulldogs' defense was up to the task. Berwick held, took over, and put together a 6-play, 62-yard drive, capped on a 4-yard run by quarterback Ethan Lear. There was also a 14-yard pass completion to Josh Kishbaugh on that drive, and runs of 12 and 14 yards by Tyler Winter. Luke Peters kicked the extra point. Berwick led 21-14, another long return on the ensuing kickoff, but Abington Heights out of timeout. A couple of desperate throws downfield, netted nothing, and that's how we stand here. They have Berwick 21, Abington Heights 14. Stay with us. We'll have scores with Julie Lentz and stats with Andy Lickney. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at a price you can afford at W&L Mazda.
Discover the luxury Mazda vehicles without the high price tags. Whether you're looking for technology and fuel efficiency for long commutes or the extra space for weekend getaways, head to W&L Mazda today for a test drive.
The W&L Mazda team will take the time to understand your drive and will match you with the perfect Mazda to accompany you on the way to success. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland, or visit us the last week of September at the Bloomsburg Fair just off CF. Find us online at WNLMazda.com.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Good first half of football for the Bulldogs. They lead Abington Heights at the break 21-14. Stats from that first half, Andy Lincoln.
They lead in total offense as well, Jim. 210 yards to 168. Boy, the way this started with a perfect opening drive by Abington Heights, it looked like it was going to be a landslide victory in their favor. But Berwick has clawed on back. Berwick has 169 yards on the ground and 27 carries, 4 of 6 passing for 41 yards. Let's look at the passing. Ethan Lear doing it all. He's hit Billy Hansen twice for 11 yards. Josh Kishbaugh caught a 14-yarder, tough running after the catch on that. And Tyler Winter caught a 16-yarder, swung out of the backfield and ran well. So in the air, 41 yards for Berwick on 4 completes. 27 rushes, 169 yards, and Tyler Winter has just stepped it up. I have him with 12 carries, 94 yards here at half, 2 touchdowns. They're looking very, very strong. Diminutive runner, but quick, explosive, willing to put his head down, drop the shoulder, and fight for yardage. 94 yards here at halftime. Complimenting him is the quarterback Ethan Lear with that zone read game. As a quarterback rushing, he has 11 carries for 34 yards. Jimmy DeAndrea has 3 carries for 34 yards. One burst in particular of 29 up the middle was very impressive. And Tyler Wilkerson, a little bit of a jet sweep coming in motion, got 7 yards there. 169 on the ground for Berwick, 41 in the air, a total of 210 here at halftime. Looking at the Abington Heights Comets, they have 85 on the ground and 83 in the air, so they're balanced. in 12 rushes and 12 passing attempts. Of the 12 passing attempts, the last 5 fell incomplete. So Berwick's tightened up the pass defense or forced Abington Heights into situations where they've been forced to throw long. 5 of 12 for 83 yards with the catches. Mason Beater, the very tall receiver who's been leading the way through the course of the year, 1 catch for 25 yards for him. Kevin Schmidt has 3 catches for 43, including an 18-yard touchdown reception. And Cade Sespico, a 15-yard reception. In the running game, Abington Heights is 12 for 85. Anthony Curra, 3 carries, 19 yards. Declan Walsh burst for a 40-yard gain. Austin Barisma at fullback, 7 yards on 2 carries. And Dominic Vergetti, a 4-yard carry. Nick Bradley, the quarterback, also a runner, but he's been sacked on occasion. 5 runs, 15 yards for him. He has a touchdown run, but has also suffered 2 sacks. Jim, that's where we are at half.
Terrific first half for Berwick. And we talked so much about Tyler Winter and Ethan Lear, but I'd like to read some names to you. J.J. Leonard, Liam Carroll, Gavin Jones, Matt Gordner, Chase Shuckers, the tight end, Harrison Snyder. That offensive front, the tight end, they have won the line of scrimmage through one half of
Yeah, I really think they have, Jim. And you know, the system gives them the angles they want. Whether it's the running back or the fake with the quarterback running, they know the seam that's probably going to open, even though it's a read. So they manage to hold on to their blocks very, very nicely. And that running game certainly is a tribute to their efforts up front.
21-14 here. Berwick leading Abington Heights. We'll check other scores with Julie Lentz when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Both teams have made their appearance on the field. A couple minutes away from the start of the second half. Berwick leading Abington Heights 21-14. For an update on other scores, let's go back to the studios of Pop Radio and Julie Lentz.
Thank you so much, Jim and Andy. Yeah, looking down my list here, no surprise, Southern Columbia is ahead of Loyalsock 29-7 at the half. Danville is ahead of Central Columbia 41-0 at the half. Dallas is ahead of Williamsport 21-6. That's still in the second. Right down the road here, Jersey Shore is ahead of Selinsgrove 21-14 at the half. Hughesville is ahead of Bloomsburg 17-6 in the second. Hazleton and North Pocono are tied 6-6 at the half. Valley View is ahead of Honesdale 28-7 in the half. As for the Wilkes-Barre area Wallen-Paupack game, I haven't seen much of an update, so I don't know if weather is affecting that game. Shamokin is ahead of Mifflinburg, 34-21 at the half. Crestwood is tied with Wyoming area, 7-7 at the half. Central Mountain is ahead of Shikellamy, 10-7 at the half. Mount Carmel is ahead of Warrior Run, 28-0 in the second. Lewisburg Alma Mater is ahead of Montoursville, 7-0 at the half. Milton is ahead of Midwest 21-7 in the second, and Pittston area is ahead of Wyoming Valley West 8-0 in the half. That's what I got for now, so let's head back with Jim and Andy.
Okay, thank you very much, Julie, and we'll check with you after the game for updates on those scores. Again, here it is Berwick 21, Abington Heights 14. Berwick will get the football to start the second half. We'll see what, if any, adjustments Abington Heights makes, because Berwick kind of took it to them in that opening half.
Yeah, they did, Jim, and some of it's finesse with that zone read type of play. If you cover the running back, then the quarterback finds a lane. If you think too much about the quarterback, the line's opening the seam for the running back in winter. So they have to find some way of solving how to carry that. They may bring another person up into the box, play the run a little bit more strongly, but you give up some pass coverage then. We'll see what they do.
Jack Farrell will kick it off for Abington Heights. Gavin Galusha, Tyler Winter deep for Berwick. Bulldogs moving from our right to our left here in the third quarter. Again, Berwick with a 21-14 lead. Farrell has the signal from the officials. Second half underway. Line drive kick. It'll be Galusha at the 10-yard line. The ninth grader to the 20, to the 25, and he'll be stopped short of the 30-yard line.
Gavin Anders plays defense for this team, squaring up and making the stop, and that's where Berwick will start. Their success has been with the running game. We've seen that. 169 yards rushing on 27 carries in the first half. You'll keep on going with that until Abington Heights finds a way to stop it.
Berwick has not punted in this game as they come to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 29-yard line. Hansen and Estrella are in a slot to the right side. Everyone else huddled. Gavin Jones, the center, over the football. Winter lines up to the left of Ethan Lear, who awaits the shotgun snap. Abington Heights jumped, but they got back. Did not make contact. Lear, high snap. Keeps the football off the left side. He gets over the 30 to the 32. Pick up about 3 for Ethan Lear.
Yeah, high snap threw it off. You wanted to fake it to Winter on a sweep to the outside, but it's basically a token sweep because you're just happy to get the ball after the high snap, then take it up the middle. Positive yardage, but they'd like more on first down.
Second down and 7. Estrella, a speedster, is wide to the left. Billy Hansen wide right. Lear out of the gun with Winter to his right. Second down call coming. Ethan Lear back to throw. Fires a quick out. Has Estrella. Flags fly. Estrella with his first catch. Gets out to the 39-yard line. We'll check the flag.
Flag where you'd expect holding. Came out a little late. Might have stuck in the official's pocket. Estrella with a nice catch. Pivot. Got about 3 more yards after the short catch. But anticipate a holding call here. Berwick's backing the huddle up.
Bulldogs in that first half were able to overcome a holding penalty and eventually led to a score, but you don't want to try to do this on a regular basis.
No, you don't. They've had pretty nice protection because they haven't passed all that much. The threat of the run's there that people have to stay home and honor it. Now, with second and long, people will be thinking pass.
Long is 17 to be exact, back at the 22-yard line. Slot to the right, wide receiver left. Referee blows his whistle, signaling for the clock.
I think they felt it was stopped and they want to run it down to a certain point, Jimmy. We're going to stop it at 11:01, and now we got the ready for play.
Lear out of the gun. Slot to the right side. Ethan back to throw. Dumps a pass off to Harrison Snyder, and Snyder gets out to the 25-yard line. Picks up about 3. His first catch of the season, and I believe for his career. He hasn't played a lot of tight end. They marked it at the 24, so he picked up just 2 on the play.
A little bit of an H-back screen, but it wasn't set up real well. As soon as he caught it and started running toward the sideline, there's one of his own men in the way. It's like, get out of the way and block from me, buddy.
3rd and 15. Berwick with 3 receivers to the left. Lear is rolling to his left. He is going to be sacked back at the 13-yard line. Good job hanging on to the football as he was clobbered from behind.
Yeah, that's number 3, Jimmy. Mason Feeder coming in from the outside, untouched. Straight shot at the quarterback and buries him for a long sack.
So Berwick will have to punt the football for the first time in this game. As the punter standing back at his 1 yard line. That's Luke Peters. Gets the kick away. Not particularly long. And it will be down. Was it touched by an Abington Heights player at the 36-yard line?
Foolishly it was, yes, but they recovered it anyway, Jim.
You see so much of that when players on the receiving team, for no reason, hang around the football. Can be very dangerous, but great field position for Abington Heights.
Anthony Chilari saw that someone touched the ball and maybe he assumed it was his own player and felt he had to recover it. I think a Berwick player had first touching and it was still bouncing. They were going to let it go in Abington Heights' favor, but he felt the need to fall on it.
From the Berwick 36-yard line. Under center is Bradley. Toss, sweep, left side. And with the football is Walsh. Breaks away from a tackler. And another gets down to the 20-yard line. Well, we haven't seen a lot from Declan Walsh tonight, but what we've seen has been very, very impressive. He had a 40-yard run earlier. And that time, 17 to the 19.
Yes, to give him 57 on the grade, basically a vanilla play. Quick pitch to the left, have him run. Berwick had trouble on the outside with outside linebacker play early in the game. Here they struggle with it again.
From the 19-yard line. Toss, sweep, right side. That same man again, running hard, gets down to the 11-yard line. Declan Walsh then goes down with an apparent injury.
Got pulled down hard, and I think his head may have hit the ground, Jimmy. So he may be a little woozy after that particular tackle. I think Abington Heights had one of those halftime spirit talks like, look, we're the better team. Look how we did it in the first drive. Let's just get back to it. Stick to the basics, do the blocking. We'll attack the outside where we had success. First play to the left, bursts for 17. This play to the right.
8 yards on this one.
8 yards there.
So Abington Heights closing in on a tying score as we have the injury timeout. We'll take one as well. 8:53 to go in the third. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio. Let's go with a 60
Ridge
here.
Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates. Why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
8:53 to go, third quarter. Berwick clinging to a 21-14 lead over Abington Heights, but the Comets second down and 1 at the Berwick 11-yard line. Walsh went off under his own power. Cura now is the lone running back. Bradley under center. Back to throw, but whistles blow it dead.
I didn't see the movement, but it is procedure against Abington Heights. So 5 yards back, you're in the red zone. You're in a good position, needing just a yard. And someone has the movement to set you back. Berwick suffered such penalties in the first half. Now Abington Heights suffering one.
Yeah, that's a bad one there.
Yeah.
You need 1 yard for a first down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're certainly capable of picking this up, but a little more challenging. Second down and 6 for the Comets at the Berwick 16-yard line.
Declan Walsh was your spark plug on those big runs, though, and he's not in now.
Slot to the left. Mason Fedor is wide left. Berwick showing blitz. They beat it. The pass complete to the 10. And it's the tight end, Kyle Seskabo. And he gets his second reception of the game and has a first down at the 8. So it's first and goal. Kyle Sespico had no catches to our knowledge coming into this game, but has a couple. And now first and goal. Abington Heights.
Yeah, he'll add that one to his 15-yarder in the first half, Jim, and he didn't have any prior to it in this season.
From the 6, looking for the tying score. Bradley back to throw, fires a quick out, and a nice play, incomplete. Quick out. And a terrific play.
Yes, it was. Cornerback there is Caleb May, Jim. He had the receiver. They ran it out into the end zone. He was able to step in front, push it, get his hand in front, and knock it away. Good defensive stop.
Caleb May, just a sophomore, second down and goal. Abington Heights at the Berwick 8. 3 receivers to the left. Bradley out of the gun. Cura to his right. Bradley back to throw. Looking, fires, has his man Schmidt for the touchdown. Nick Bradley to Kevin Schmidt for the score, and they're an extra point away from a tie.
He was on the trips to the left, burst it straight over the middle. Quarterback strong in the pocket. Nick Bradley drills it down the middle. He has just one step, and he's inside the defender, and he's able to make that strong catch.
Second touchdown grab of the game for Schmidt. And now Jack Farrell's perfect on the season so far in extra points. Kicks this one up and through. Time on the field. 7:56 to go, third quarter. Berwick 21, Abington Heights 21. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Abington Heights in their first possession of the second half takes advantage of great field position, taking over after the punt at the Berwick 36-yard line. They go on a 6-play scoring drive, capped on an 8.
They came out of the half and just
they have a lot of confidence, and rightly so, in their sophomore quarterback, Nick Bradley. He's very good. Farrell's kick. Line drive kick to the far side. Tyler Winter over the shoulder, catches the 10, and he falls down at the 14-yard line. Could be a big play.
He would have had 10 yards easily before anyone got him, but that gets you, out of that date. In high school, you down yourself, and that's where the ball's going to be set.
They're going to mark it at the 13, so... And Ty Wilkerson wide to the left. They... Off the left side, running room for Jimmy DeAndrea, and spins out to the 24-yard line. Good effort by Jimmy DeAndrea on that first down call as Berwick gets out of a difficult situation, and they'll get a first down on the 11-yard run by DeAndrea.
They don't go to him that often, Jim, but when they do, he can give the team the burst. That 11 yards was a big one. He'll now have 45 yards on the game on his 4 carries.
Slot to the right side. Lear out of the gun. Berwick from their own 24-yard line. Ethan Lear to DeAndrea again. Running room over the 30, out to the 33. That time the offensive line doing a nice job. 9 yards on that carry.
Very strong. Using his power. He's a physically more imposing back than Winter. But I'm surprised Winter's not in there. But after downing himself, see if the number's in there.
Second down and 2. 8 yards of that carry by DeAndrea. He's behind the quarterback Lear in the pistol. Now after a shift, Harrison Snyder on a wing to the right. He'll lead the blocking for DeAndre, who tries to get outside and won't get there. Good defensive work by Mason Fedor, coming a long way to make the play.
Yeah, from the backside. It was a sweeping action to the right. Peters coming from the right defensive end, chases it down from behind as DeAndre is waiting for blocks to create.
So Berwick, after that loss, facing a 3rd down and 5. Would love to convert here after letting Abington Heights tie the score at 21. Don't want to give it up on a punt. As we have a whistle and a timeout by Berwick. 6 minutes to go in the third. Tied at 21. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Exactly 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Abington Heights 21, Berwick 21. Bulldogs following their timeout with a 3rd down and 5. They have it at their own 29-yard line. Tyler Winter back in there at a running back position for the Bulldogs on this 3rd down.
And we haven't seen the quarterback run yet in this series. It's been all pretty much Jimmy DeAndrea.
3 receivers to the left for Ethan Lear, who awaits the shotgun snap. Has it. Keeps it on the quarterback draw, looking for the first down. He's very, very close.
Depends on where they spot him, Jim, but I think he fell forward and they have to bring it where the ball fell. They will move the chains.
Good play, Ethan Lear on 3rd and 5. He picks up 6.
And nothing real tricky. A little bit of a quarterback draw action. Got it. Faked like he was going back and then immediately went up the middle. Strong blocking on the running play that looks like a pass.
Slot to the left, Billy Hansen wide right. Lear from the 35. Winter is the running back. Tyler Winter with a burst up the middle. It's about 3 straight ahead to the 38-yard line.
Yeah. Chad Sespico holding on as he gets drugged for just a yard or so.
2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Looking for their first win of the season. Took a lead in at halftime. Abington Heights tied it up here in the 3rd. Berwick trying to answer as they have it at their own 38-yard line with a 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers to the left. Lear out of the gun. He will keep it himself again, and this time nothing doing. In fact, they have lost a yard back to the 37.
Mason Feeder again, coming from a wide defensive end position, is able to angle in and get to him before he can get going. Quarterback draw takes a little bit of a delay as he takes a step back, heads forward. Feeder's on top of him.
Fedor in there and a little chippy afterwards. The officials intervene, got them out of there. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 for Berwick. They converted on a 3rd and 5 on this series. And they'll see if they can keep this possession going here. 3rd down and 7. A little too much for their running game, perhaps. 3 receivers to the left. And a whistle and a timeout, and Berwick has used another. So they have just 1 remaining with 4 minutes still to go here in the 3rd quarter. We will keep it here.
Yeah, I think they didn't like the matchups they saw. Not sure. I think they were thinking pass. 7, as you mentioned, Jim, a little too long for the running game. We haven't had that much passing by Ethan Lear. 4 of 6 at halftime for 41 yards. Feature receiver Billy Hansen just has 2 short catches, a 2-yarder and a 9-yarder. They were in trips. They'd probably like to isolate Billy Hansen and hope they can get him one-on-one with a corner and hope the magic can continue from the previous game.
Berwick will be on the road next week to take on Williamsport. In fact, 2 road games in a row, Williamsport and then Wilkes-Barre area. Then 3 weeks from tonight, they renew their rivalry with Wyoming Valley West here at Crispin Field. Berwick 21, Abington Heights 21. Exactly 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Berwick following their timeout, 3rd down and 7, Bulldogs at their own 37. 3 receivers to the left. Lear has the snap back to throw. Flag down in the play. Fires a pass complete to Billy Hansen. He's tripped up short of the first down yardage at the 44-yard line. We'll check the flag.
Let's see where the flag is dropped, Jim. You know by position what you might expect?
I would expect holding.
Okay. Billy Hansen made the catch and was running. Then they just took him down by the ankles. Good yard before.
I did not see the indication. Take a look at the referee because they're putting 5 after the spot, giving him first down at the 49-yard line.
Don't know if that's an incidental face mask. Have they signaled it to us?
Boy, it was 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage where the flag was picked up.
Perhaps a defender coming in got a hand up in a lineman's face.
I didn't see
the signal. Here's Mike Monahan here.
Okay, here we go. Illegal participation.
12 men. And since Berwick would take the play plus the 5 yards, they'll get the first down. So Billy Hansen with the catch of about 8? 7. So they go to him.
That's a big play.
Yep.
Berwick first down at their own 49. 3 receivers to the left. Lear. Hands off to Tyler Ware, he drops the football. The scramble is on. Abington Heights has the ball at the 36-yard line. Well, Tyler Winter has played a terrific game tonight. And that time he just dropped the football.
Yeah, the mesh wasn't bad. Maybe a little high on the numbers, but one he should have been able to handle. It popped out. It looked like Abington Heights was going to easily dive on it, but it squirted away from that man. And then as it bounces another 3 yards in Berwick's direction, Declan Walsh eventually does come on it.
So now Abington Heights in business with a chance to take the lead here in the third, which has 3:31 remaining. 1st and 10 at the Berwick 37-yard line. Berwick showing blitz. Bradley back to throw. Rolls right, hit as he gets the pass away. Diving attempt at the 30-yard line. Are they giving him the catch? They are.
I thought it bounced in, but I couldn't see as clearly as the side judge. He runs up, marks the spot.
Boy, terrific play by Fedor. And the pass by Nick Bradley. I mean, Berwick got a good pass rush that time. And they pick up 8, 2nd and 2. We normally look at Fedor as catching those high passes, taking advantage of his 6'4" frame, but that time he went and dug it out. It's 2nd down and 2 at the 29. Berwick blitzing again. Bradley runs, he beats it to the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and down to the 2-yard line. Berwick coming on a blitz, but the quarterback, Nick Bradley, beats it nicely, and it's 1st and goal for Abington Heights at the 5.
Billy Hansen eventually chases it down to save the touchdown. They'll spot it on that 5-yard line. Jim, beautiful run. As you mentioned, Berwick blitzed inside. He bounced it out 2 holes wider to the C gap and found the lane there.
24 yards on the carry by Nick Bradley. 1st and goal, Abington Heights at the Berwick 5. Walsh gets the handoff, tries to sweep the left side. Berwick with good pursuit. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Billy Hansen saved the touchdown on the prior play. This time he runs down the sweeping action. Declan Walsh has had a lot of success. Billy Hansen has to come up tight, play it like a linebacker, and run it from the inside to the outside to make the stop.
They'll lose a yard to the 6, 2nd down and goal as we go under 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Berwick tried to put together a goal line stand with the score tied at 21. Slot to the right. Sean Theodore is wide to the left. Bradley from the 6. Fakes handoff, keeps the football, running hard, gets down inside the 1 yard line.
He'll take it for about 4, Jimmy, and I'm not sure if it's the play that was called. I think it may have been a busted play. Wanted to hand off to the left. The man was already by him. Nothing else happening, so we followed him and found a natural seam.
He is strong, 199 pounds. This sophomore, Nick Bradley, who puts in a lot of mileage in the course of a game, especially when you're down near the goal line, because he runs to the sideline for the play after every play.
And it's hot and humid out there.
See if he calls his own number from the 1 yard line. Berwick showing blitz. He's back to throw, and he fires the corner to Theodore, who makes the grab for the touchdown. Mason Theodore. Well, you really have to have a lot of confidence in a sophomore quarterback and a senior wide receiver to not go straight ahead from the 1 yard line. They go to the air and take the lead.
I don't know if it's confidence. I just don't like the call. You have 2 plays to power it in, and there you're wasting one just in case it's off target or you've jumped wrong or the defense is there. Berwick's corner is going to be down, Jim. Twisted his ankle a little bit, so there'll be a holdup on this PAT.
This is only the 3rd week of the season, and it's the 4th touchdown reception of the season for Mason Theodore. We understand he's an outstanding basketball player as well. We can understand that. And his coach, Joe Repshis, thinks that he'll have a choice when it comes to college athletics.
You know, that reception's a tough one. It's tough to even see collegians. I know we've seen 6'10" receivers out there with mismatches, and the quarterback has to still loft it and put it in a way that it can still be caught on the jump ball. And Bradley was certainly able to do that from the left hash over to the far right corner of the end zone. A juggling catch as his man batted it first, but then batted it back down to himself.
Caleb May was the player shaken up. He walked off under his own power for the Bulldogs as Jack Farrell will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Nick Bradley. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 50 seconds to go 3rd quarter. Abington Heights 28, Berwick 21. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Abington Heights has taken advantage of short fields in this 3rd quarter. A 36-yard drive after a punt, 37-yard drive after a Berwick fumble. And they have taken the lead over the Bulldogs, 28-21 Comets, as Farrell will kick it off. Jack Farrell, perfect on this young season in extra points. He's had a lot of opportunities for this high-scoring team. So line drive kick is dropped at the 10-yard line. Picked up to the 15. Tyler Winter in trouble, and he gets only to the 21.
Last 2 kick returns just weren't the best for Winter. Previous one tried to pick it up as he's going to his right. When he plants, he falls down and downs himself on the 14. This one goes to catch it, bumps it, and has to pick it up, and with urgency, still manages to get out just to the 20-yard line.
Well, field position has been an issue for Berwick in this 3rd quarter. They need to get something going. As Billy Hansen will split wide to the right side. Ty Wilkerson wide left. Bulldogs down 7. 43 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Ethan Lear out of the gun. Has the snap. Gives the ball to Winter. Trying to get outside left. Turns the corner. 25, 30, 35. Hit hard. Knocked out of bounds, but a good effort by Tyler Winter out near the 40-yard line.
And Anthony Curra, the last man, put his shoulder and knocked him out of bounds. If he was able to speed by him, he had the sideline the rest of the way. Excellent speed there by Tyler Winter. That'll give him a 100-yard game rushing, Jim.
19 on that carry. Came into the game with just a little over 100 in the 2 games combined. He's having a big night. 1st and 10, Bulldogs at the 40. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football. Great effort by him out to the 47-yard line. Ethan Lear running hard.
He is. Run the running back, then alternate with the quarterback. He'll get 6 yards on that run.
Unfortunately, his helmet came off. In high school football, that means you need to go out for a play. So Jake Lisnock will check in to replace Lear, probably just for one play, as it's a 2nd and 3 from the 47.
I'd expect him to run it, Jim. 2 carries on the season, 7 yards.
He is a big kid, but he gives to Winter. Winter has the first down, then some. The 45, and inside the 45-yard line down to the 41 of Abington Heights. A burst by Tyler Winter, who's having a terrific night carrying the football, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Abington Heights 28, Berwick 21. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Abington Heights dominated the 3rd quarter. They've taken the lead over Berwick 28-21, but we start the 4th. Berwick moving from our left to our right. 1st and 10 at the Comet 41. And movement again. And, you know, I'm going to give this player a break, but that's his 4th penalty tonight. And they've all been the same variety, just movement when he has nothing to do with the play.
You know, when you have a guy as a receiver and you're only throwing 7-8 passes in the course of a game, just put any number out there and say, stand there. Don't hurt us. That's a killer. Handicap yourself, 1st and 10. You're driving nicely. Your running game's going. Now 1st and 15. Can the running game get the chains?
At the Abington Heights 46-yard line. Lear out of the gun. Hands it off to Winter. Winter with a burst up the middle. Good run to the 40-yard line. We'll pick up 6 on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, but basically it's the 5 yards to the penalty plus 1. Yeah, I'm still harping on it, Jim. You have to let it go and continue to play. And certainly Tyler Winter did. 138 yards now on the game rushing for Tyler Winter.
And we have an injury in the offensive front for Berwick as Matt Gordner going out. Nico Lemzinski, a 9th grader, will replace him.
They'll add to the size, playing at right guard unless they shuffle other people around in that line.
Ball at the 40-yard line of Abington Heights. Early 4th quarter, Berwick trailing by 7. 2nd and 9. Lear to Tyler Winter, not much doing.
No, not that time. Declan Walsh coming in on the blitz of his linebacker job. Boy, he's played a strong game. Defensively involved in so many critical plays. Offensively, he's had a strong game. They're holding Berwick back on a drive that they need to have. 3rd and about 8 coming up.
Ball at the Abington Heights 39-yard line. Bulldogs probably in 4-down territory here early in the fourth, trailing by 7. They want to get significant yardage here, though. As Lear back to throw, and he fires incomplete. Looks like Harrison Snyder might have been the intended receiver. He didn't have his head turned around.
I think there was a man beyond him, Jim, but in between was 6'4" Mason Fedor. He was the man who was closest to the football. Berwick may be punting this away, Jim.
Yeah, and I don't totally disagree with it. I mean, the penalty really, really hurt. And field position has been terrible for Berwick in the second half. They're trying to change that with a Luke Peters punt here.
Punting from about 2 yards this side of the 50.
Good snap. Kick is away. Ball hits at the 5. Takes a bounce up toward the 10 and is down around the 8-yard line. So nice job by Luke Peters. And now it's up to the Berwick defense to make a stand with 10:33 to go. Abington Heights deep in their own territory. They lead Berwick 28-21.
I don't know if you saw who downed that, Jimmy. Ethan Lear, normally quarterbacking, first man down on punt coverage. And again, a white jersey near enough to it. One of the real bugaboos in my game. I'd have people running sprints the entire practice for being near that football.
Abington Heights moving from our right to our left in this fourth quarter. They have it 1st and 10 at their 8. And Bradley's going to keep it himself off the right side, and lots of running room over the 20 and out to the 24-yard line.
Calls his own number. Strong running quarterback at 44 yards prior to that. He'll stretch beyond the chains comfortably and get his team out of the danger zone.
They mark it at the 23, so that's a 15-yard run by Nick Bradley, who can throw it, and he can run it too. So Berwick had them backed up to their own 8-yard line, but now they've got some room. And a flag down on the play.
Before anyone had a chance to set and jump off sides. Illegal substitution, Berwick. 12 men on the field, blown dead.
So it'll come out to the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5.
Yep, and here comes the player off.
You know, when you're not doing well defensively, there is a temptation to go with 12.
Put the 12 out there. And you think they're not counting, but they do count.
1st and 5. Abington Heights at their own 28-yard line. Slot to the right. Berwick showing blitz. Bradley back to throw. Has this man Fedor. Breaks out of a tackle over the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. Quick hitter by Nick Bradley. Berwick coming on the blitz, but he got it away.
And he needed to get it away quickly. Fedor coming up with a little bit of a limp. Don't think they'll throw to him on this next play. Not only catches it, Jim, but then nice running after the catch.
Keller Sawyer, number 6, a player we haven't seen in any action so far this season, a sophomore, is in that secondary for Berwick. As the catch by Fedor got 10 to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Comets. Bradley, keeper himself, off the right side. Lots of running room, out to the 45-yard line, and pick up about 7 on the play.
Give him 66 yards on the game, Jim, and he wasn't really a big part of the game plan. I think now as they're trying to work the clock and they know how effective he can be rushing the football, it's safe, you don't have the extra exchange, and he's a strong runner.
Well, this is a big, big series for Berwick. They cannot afford any points on the board for Abington Heights to stay in it. 8:49 to go in the game. Berwick showing blitz again. Bradley backs up, gets away at the 45 and out of bounds, and the 15 yards coming. A late hit and a huge play for the Comets.
It was a problematic exchange. The running back wanted to take it. The quarterback didn't want to give it. They're worried about fumbling. Eventually the quarterback rips it back out and has to give ground. in the meantime, blitzes are coming and people are on him. The man grabs the jersey, other fingers on the jersey, but he spins away, gets to the Bulldog sideline before going out of bounds, or as he goes out, that late hit, that's going to tack on extra yardage.
And there's going to be 15 added on to that, because there's a penalty against the Berwick sideline. So it's going to be a huge penalty. A 5-yard run by Bradley, and back-to-back 15-yarders against the Bulldogs.
That was a pretty obvious late hit. He rolled out. It's frustrating because you should have him sacked for about a 5-yard gain. Instead, he gets a 5-yard loss. He gets a 6-yard gain and earns the chains. But then to give 15 on the late hit, sometimes you can't help yourself. You're over-emotional. But then the other 15, that's just a lack of restraint.
So altogether, it's a 35-yard gain. And Abington Heights in great position to add to a 7-point lead with 8:38 to go.
Yeah, 7-point lead is all they have, and you just gave up all that yardage.
Whistles, stoppage of play. Illegal procedure, Abington Heights.
The back 5, they looked like they were going to go to the end zone on a passing play there after the big penalty mark off. Instead, movement, they'll get moved back 5.
So Berwick needing a defensive stand here. Remember, Farrell's a pretty good kicker. I don't know what his range would be, but even a field goal will be devastating here with 8:36 to go. Berwick just can't give up any points. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Nick Bradley, the sophomore quarterback, out of the gun. Has the snap, back to throw, hit as he gets it away. Beautiful pass inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. But Bradley hung in there against a rush, and he hit his tight end again for the 3rd time in this game. So Cade Sespico, who hasn't been a factor in the passing game in their first 2 games, is in this one. That's his 3rd catch.
Yes, it is. Added to a 15-yarder, a 17-yarder. This is probably the longest of them all as he goes down the middle and finds the holes.
23 yards on the reception. And Abington Heights just 2 yards away from a 2-touchdown lead as they will use a timeout. We'll take one as well. 8:10 remaining. 28-21. Abington Heights. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Abington Heights from the Berwick 2-yard line. Quarterback keeper by Bradley, and he's stuffed, will not get in. Abington Heights 1 yard away from completing what would be a 92-yard scoring drive, and this would be the Daggers. The clock now under 8 minutes to go, and they're trying to add to a 7-point lead.
Might have got about half the distance in the quarterback sneak. Remember, at center, they've had to move Brandon Lazinski in there because of an injury to their normal center, and he's a 270-pounder. He has a 270-pounder to his right. They bring 2 backs up to give the push to the quarterback. I'd watch for it again.
Declan Walsh is one of the running backs. Again, the quarterback keeper. They try the left side, and Bradley's in for the touchdown. Nick Bradley in for the score, and that's a big one with 7:22 to go, and there are flags all over the place after the touchdown.
Well, apparently someone losing their cool. That's not something you like to see as a coach. You took an extra 15-yarder on the sideline before, apparently because of words. And now, whether it's pushing, shoving after the fact, or words again, they're going to... The sportsmanship of it doesn't look good.
7:22 to go. Abington Heights aided by the 2 penalties. The touchdown is good. Personal foul, Berwick. And then a point toward Abington Heights.
Might see it on the kickoff.
Yeah, I think that was the indication. Yeah. So Farrell will attempt the extra point. And flags and whistles. This time it's going to be, I believe, an offside.
Tough to get this point off.
Yeah. Illegal procedure against Abington Heights.
At least it's not raining or lightning.
How about that? You got through the whole game.
Very much worried about it. And I guess throughout the region they're getting the bin, so that's all good news.
Boy, just a tough second half for Berwick. Just could never get out of the hole. And then when they finally did get Abington Heights backed up, hurt themselves with penalties. And Farrell has his kick blocked by Billy Hansen. So Jack Farrell is no longer perfect from extra points on the season. Billy Hansen comes through to make the play. Time out in the field. 7:22 remaining. Abington Heights 34. Berwick 21. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at a price you can afford at W&L Mazda.
Discover the luxury Mazda vehicles without the high price tags. Whether you're looking for technology and fuel efficiency for long commutes or the extra space for weekend getaways, head to W&L Mazda today for a test drive.
The W&L Mazda team will take the time to understand your drive and will match you with a perfect Mazda to accompany you on the way to success. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland, or visit us the last week of September at the Bloomsburg Fair just off CF. Find us online at WNLMazda.com.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
92-yard drive by Abington Heights, aided by back-to-back 15-yard penalties against Berwick. The touchdown run by Nick Bradley, who's been the show for this team tonight. He has 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. Quite an impressive sophomore for these Comets.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He has the size you like to see in a quarterback. The dual ability as a running threat and the passing threat. Nice size at 6 foot, 199 pounds, good weight, and just a sophomore. He's a guy you can be happy to see in your program for a few more years.
And Berwick will be happy to see him off the schedule for the next couple of years. That 15-yard personal foul against the Bulldogs will put Abington Heights in a position to kick off from the Berwick 45-yard line. Farrell should be able to get it into the end zone. We'll see if he even tries to go in that direction. His kick will go about 5 yards deep, and Berwick will take over their own 20-yard line.
Berwick struggled with field position this entire half. Winters trying on a couple returns, finds himself slipping down on one.
And you know, Andy, you can talk about these big penalties, it's 15-yarders, but let's go back to Berwick's only time in Abington Heights territory. The second half, they're still down only 7. They have an advantageous situation. The penalty, 5 yards at the time, puts them into a situation where they feel they need to punt, and boy, that's huge.
Sometimes penalties occur, Jim. Sometimes there's holdings and it's impulse and you grab, but wide receiver moving where he's not involved in the play. These emotional tantrum type penalties, it's just hard to understand on my part.
There's a personal foul against Abington Heights.
Now
will bring the ball to the 35-yard line. That's where Berwick has it. Still 7:22 to go, and the Bulldogs down 13 from their 35. Lear back to throw. Fires a quick out. Ball's dropped. on the far side. It's just been a tough second half for the Bulldogs, who played so well in that opening half.
Billy Hansen catches the sideways pass, has it in his hands. As he looks upfield, he just lets it fall through. A little bit low, but he'll certainly tell you he should have managed that and had a little bit of running room with a blocker in front of him.
2nd and 10. Bulldogs from their 35. Hansen wide to the left, slot to the right. Lear dumps the pass out. It's too high for Wilkerson. Too bad, because Wilkerson has a world of speed, and they're trying to give him some room to do something with that, but the pass just a little bit too high. Not a good touch by Ethan Lear.
Yeah, a lot of movement on the play action. They're diving Winter into the line, and they want it like the quarterback's going to run full coverage off of Wilkerson, and then with that, he needs to lob it out. Just doesn't put it in the right place.
3rd down and 10. Coming for Berwick. Wilkerson comes off. The training staff looking at him. Might be a cramping situation. Alex Estrella replaces him as one of 3 receivers to the left. Lear on the 3rd and long. Back to throw. Fires a pass into traffic. It's picked off by Schmidt. The 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he dives for the end zone. Flag down the play. It's going to be a horse collar, I believe, but he did not get into the end zone, but he's just a yard or two short.
Yeah, they had 2 people in the same area. They were looking to the tight end. They didn't get it to him. There was a man in between, 2 receivers too close to each other. That Abington Heights player took it, went on down the sideline. One player angling to try to get him and grabs him by that shoulder pad inside. It's not going to matter much from the 1 to the half-yard line, probably, and that'll pretty much ice it.
This Kevin Schmidt is a terrific player for Abington Heights. He's got a couple of touchdown receptions in the game. There he gets an interception and just comes short of getting in the end zone.
He deserved the touchdown.
Yeah.
He should have forced a collision, gotten himself away from the sideline.
There was another flag on the play, but if it's against Berwick, the ball already at the half-yard line. And then there's a penalty against Abington Heights. That's unsportsmanlike. So that one will be marked off from the 1-yard line against the Comets.
I guess the notion is one goes half the distance to the goal from the 1, and then it goes 15 yards the other way. Neither team showing the composure you like to see.
So the ball will be at the Berwick 16-yard line with 7:02 to play. And Abington Heights in control, leading at 34-21. As they had just 1 wide receiver. I formation. Walsh is the tailback. They're back to throw, and they're looking long, incomplete, headed for Fedor. Penalty against Berwick.
Oh, there shouldn't be. Are they going to call pass interference there? The corner was just in the lane. Fedor tried to jump over him to get to the ball. I'm surprised if it's pass interference. But I've been surprised a lot.
This game was relatively penalty-free for about 3 quarters. Boy, it's really gotten out of hand here.
Yeah, I don't know. You saw it like I saw it, Jeff. You know, Fedor's a great receiver, but they're trying to run that into the end zone. The corner's between him and the ball. Basically tried to jump over the cornerback's back.
So it's a half the distance to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal from there. Bradley's going to keep it himself off the right side. Hit hard and it gets to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Jimmy DeAndrea really put the shoulder in, and you can hear the Berwick fans cheering. I think they don't like how aggressively Abington Heights is going for this touchdown, passing to their big man early and now running the quarterback. So when the linebacker, Jimmy DeAndrea, puts a crushing shoulder into that quarterback, brought some cheers out.
2nd and goal. Comets from the 3. Clock running, 6:25 to go. I formation. Walsh at the tail of the tandem. Tossed sweep to him. Brought down to 4. That's a real nice tackle.
Yeah, Jimmy Henry again. Something has him aroused, Jim, and that linebacker is playing it like Nick Butkus. No one getting by him. First play had to go to his left and drive his shoulder in the quarterback. Now he goes to his right and fills up the seam. Puts a hard hit on Declan Walsh.
3rd and goal. Abington Heights at the Berwick 4. Mason Fedor wide to the right. Josh Kishbaugh has that assignment. I formation. Bradley back to throw. Fires over the middle. Has his man, the tight end, Sespico.
Cade Sespico with his 3rd catch of the game. Another touchdown for him. With linebackers coming up and making smashing hits, you go play action, release the tight end, and put him down where those linebackers should be sitting. That's where Sespico made the catch. He'll earn that touchdown.
So we did a deep dive on the stats for Abington Heights coming in. We saw no catches for Cade Sespico, but he is doing his Travis Kelce impersonation tonight with another touchdown. Extra point by Farrell is good. Time on the field. 5:30 remaining. Abington Heights 40. Berwick 21. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Extra point.
5:30 remaining in the game. Abington Heights leading Berwick 40-21. Was there no extra point attempt there?
They attempted it, Jim, and somehow they didn't get it. We didn't see it as clearly. Maybe we're just assuming the strong kick. But the clock still has the scoreboard 40-21, and they're the ones telling me no extra point. So I'm assuming that's the score.
So Jack Farrell has failed a couple of times tonight, but Abington Heights will forgive him with that 40-21 lead. As his kickoff is a line drive to the far side of the field, goes out of bounds, so Berwick will have good field position.
A little extracurricular in the middle of the field there, Jim.
Yeah.
Kale being blocked, who's down and pushes back into his man. And, you know, it's one of those things where you can start throwing some people out of the game. It's not going to matter the overall outcome, but I think you need to take charge of this. It's been getting a little bit too chippy in my mind.
Referee comes over to the Berwick sideline. Illegal procedure. I guess if you take a man's head and throw it into the turf, that's illegal procedure.
Well, that's not where the flag was. Are they saying a kicking team was past the line, or is that what
No, ball went out of bounds.
That's the penalty for the ball going out of bounds. You spotted on the 35.
So Berwick at the 35-yard line. Final arithmetic is the only thing in doubt here with 5:30 to go. Bulldogs, who had such a good first half offensively, would like to get one on the board to end this game as Lear awaits the shotgun snap. He fires a quick out to Billy Hansen, looks for some running room, makes one man miss, but then good pursuit to the football by Abington Heights. And he is brought down after a short gain on the play, just a couple to the 37.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. I think they want to at least get him his touches, Jim. He hasn't been called on because the game plan had all that successful running in the first half. Now you're hoping to at least keep him involved, keep him in rhythm with the passing game.
Second down and 8. Lear back to throw. Looking, nothing there. Rolls to the sideline, fires, has Tyler Winter. Gets to the 45. to midfield, to the 45, to the 40, and all the way down near the 30-yard line. Tyler Winter catches the little dump-off pass from Ethan Lear, and he knows what to do with it.
Oh, he does. He broke off his route. The pattern itself did not open anything, so then on the scramble, he veered inside. Quarterback found him, and then he continued going to the inside toward the Abington sideline, and using his speed, made it into a long reception.
31 yards altogether for Tyler Winter. Had a couple of miscues in this second half on a kickoff return and a fumble, but overall, he's had a terrific game.
And that 31-yard catch just now, a 16-yarder prior to that, and I have him with 140 yards on the ground rushing.
Yeah, had 123 total for the first 2 games of the season. So he has upped his game as we have an injury timeout on the field with 4:47 to go.
Abington Heights player who was chasing the quarterback got sort of mixed up and went down. Looks like they're getting ready to get him off the field.
Again, the Bulldogs on the road next week at Williamsport as the injured player for Abington Heights is up and around. J.J. Gorick. STA Stadium in Williamsport. Andy?
STA, is that a bus company?
It is.
Hey, you don't fool me too often.
Well, I am, because you're not giving me the name. STA, what does it stand for?
Oh, no, I just knew it was a bus company. Hey, I like when they're Memorial Stadium.
Student Transportation of America.
You're right on it.
1st and 10. Berwick at the 32-yard line of Abington Heights. 4.5 minutes to go. Ethan Lear fakes handoff, rolls right. Man in pursuit, gets the pass to the sideline. The catch inside the 25 by Josh Kishbaugh. Nicely done by Ethan Lear.
Yes, it was. He was faking off the left, and then people were chasing him. Defensive end crashing from that side. He just kind of ignored the pressure, rolled it out, hit Josh Kishbaugh out there for a nice 9-yard gain.
2nd down and 1 for the Bulldogs. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Billy Hansen's to the right. Lear gives the ball off to Tyler Winter. Spins away from a tackler inside the 10-yard line. Tyler Winter running with authority as he has all night long.
He's showing wonderful spin moves, Jim. We haven't seen that. We've seen the speed, we've seen plans, we've seen jump cuts, now the spin move.
As we have, I believe, another injury timeout on the field. That's a 16-yard carry by Tyler Winter.
Give him 156 on the game. In 12 carries at half, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have him with 19 carries for 156 yards. And he seems to be getting stronger with each carry. He got it, little jump cut to find the seam, and then his tacklers hit him. It's dropped the shoulder, spin away. A move we haven't seen him give, and gain more yardage after that. Very impressive running back. Tyler Winter, 5'7", 165 pounds.
Runs like a 200-pounder.
Yes, he does. He's a dynamo.
Injured player up on his feet for Abington Heights, walking to the far sideline as Berwick will have it. 1st and goal at the Abington Heights 8-yard line.
Jackson Drake, the man who's been pushed into the offense as well, two-way player. You know, fatigue in this heat could also be setting in a little bit. Might see some players cramping up.
Slot to the left side. Winter to the right of Lear, who's back to throw and looking. And now he's going to keep the football, and he's going to be tackled right about the line of scrimmage. Thought he saw an opening. It looked like there was one momentarily, but closed quickly.
Dominic Verganetti, who we saw with 1 carry early in the first half, made his presence known there. Lear pulled that down, saw the lane. I thought he was going to be able to take it in.
2nd and goal from the 8. Ethan Lear throws. The ball's intercepted. And this may be a touchdown down the far sideline. Over midfield to the 40. Lear giving pursuit, but a lot of speed shown by that man.
Number 3, Jim.
That's Mason Fedor. Yeah. Fedor with the long return for the touchdown.
Yeah. There are two receivers in the area, and somehow we've been seeing Fedor between the two of them. And as the ball can't decide to go to the front man or the back man, it goes to Fedor. He immediately starts in the other direction while people are finishing their routes and can't plant and go. Only the angle of the quarterback has half a chance, but Fedor's speed is just way too much. And all of a sudden, it's looking like a blowout where it was a competitive game for 3 quarters.
Extra point attempt coming for Farrell. We'll keep a close eye on this one. Didn't have a clue what happened in the previous one. Snap, placement. This one is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 2:57 to play. Abington Heights 47, Berwick 21. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
2:57 remaining this one. Abington Heights has broken this open. Berwick led at the break, 21-14. Bulldogs have not scored in this second half. Abington Heights has scored 33 points. The last on a 98-yard interception return for the score by Mason Fedor. We know he has the ability to catch the football.
Speed, though.
Didn't know how much speed he had. He showed plenty there.
6'4" guys normally don't show that kind of speed.
They kicked the ball low along the turf, and one of the upmen recovers for Berwick about the 32-yard line. So 2:56 remaining in the game. Discouraging second half for Berwick. Boy, I'd like to have this second half back. The third quarter especially just could not get out of the bad field position.
Yeah, a lot of shooting himself in the foot. Bad field position with slip-ups and little muffs on kicks. But then penalties that shouldn't happen, that stall out drives. Now you're pressing, now you're hurrying, now you get the interceptions coming. It just doesn't go well.
Not sure what they're doing with the ball.
I don't know either.
The up man got it at the 33, and they were walking all over the field with it, and now it's back at the 33. So 2:56 to go.
They got it right in the end.
That's the important thing. But when you're heading to Clarion for a 1 o'clock game tomorrow, you're not as sympathetic to their cause.
No rain, no lightning. I'm happy.
Lear back to throw. Fires a quick out. Has Josh Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh gets out to the 41-yard line.
I like the way he plays, Jim. That's his third catch of the game. Caught it. Tough time getting it secured, but made sure he held on to that football very well.
Nico Lonzinski is checked in to the Berwick lineup. Looks like Tyler Winters done for the night. He'll come out as well. Gavin Galusha comes in for him.
I have Tyler Winter with 19 carries, 156 yards on the ground. Added catches of 16 and 31.
Second down and 2. Bulldogs. Quick out to Kishbaugh again. Running hard, breaks the tackle, and gets the first down out near midfield.
Give him his fourth catch of the game. And again, once he gets it, Jim, he's not done. He doesn't mind collisions. We have a flag on the Berwick sideline.
Cura
They're pointing at a player.
Yeah, Cura ended up on the Berwick sideline in a group. I don't know if the penalty's on the group or Cura. We'll find out.
I think they were pointing to a Berwick player, whether in uniform or without shoulder pads on, an injured player. But whatever it was, they didn't like the sportsmanship there.
Referee says unsportsmanlike on Abington Heights.
Or did he point? He pointed wrong, Jim. Mike Monahan confused a little. Here we go. Yeah, against Berwick. Josh Kishbaugh just made 2 real nice catches, fought for tough yardage. You're starting to get some positives out of this. And then, deep on the sidelines, probably someone who isn't even involved in the game, maybe never saw play, maybe not even in uniform, does something.
This game needs to end.
Yeah.
2:09.
I agree.
Could be a long 2:09 the way things are going. It's Berwick back 35 yards long. Stay with us. After the game, Andy will have all the stats, and we'll check in with Julie Lentz with other high school scores on weekend number 3 of the 2023 season. The call goes to Gavin Galusha. The 9th grader shows some running ability as he gets over the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Nice run by him.
Yes, it was. He exploded off the left side toward the left guard, quickly planted, broke out another player, and broke out again. Nice hip movement, nice moves, about 12 yards on that gain.
Out to the 48-yard line with 1:53 remaining in the game. Slot to the right side. Wide receiver left. Galusha, the call again. Spins over midfield to the 48-yard line of Abington Heights. Picks up about 4 in the play. As Ethan Lear will come out now. Jake Lisnock, 9th grade quarterback, will replace him. Good effort by Lear in this game. He had some tough interceptions in the second half, but boy, he had it going in the first half with running the football and handling the football.
Yeah, I have 17 carries for 41 yards. Now, again, you suffer a sack or 2 in there. There's been pressures. I'll have to add up the passing, but I have Billy Hansen with 4 catches, Josh Kishbaugh with 4 catches, Tyler Winter, we mentioned his catches of 16 and 31. And Harrison Snyder caught 1 for 3. So enough have been completed to look good. The interceptions, though, at the end of the game, spoiling it.
Well, at the 48, as we have a timeout here with 1:21 remaining. I mentioned Berwick on the road at Williamsport next Friday. For the Comets, they'll be taking a 2-1 record into a home game Saturday afternoon against Western Wayne at the Pit. Place where you cannot see the scoreboard when the sun is shining.
Nice-looking team, though, Jim.
Yeah, it is. They have
I like their offense, and I think defensively they'll fine-tune.
Jake.
It came off Ethan Lear. Did a nice handoff to running back Tyler Winter.
Wisnock is under center from the 46. Drops the snap, but then gets the ball off for a running play to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, had the composure. Came out, hits him in the top of the hand, goes to the ground, picks it up and hands it to Galusha. They continue the dive play up the middle for positive yardage.
Time for... Gives the ball to Galusha, tries to get outside right. He's going to be dragged out by... You're listening to Berwick football on Pop Radio.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC truck or SUV. But with 25 new GMCs in stock now and 25 more to arrive soon, you don't have to reserve one. You can drive one home today. And with the highest trade values, the lowest rates, and the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed, now is the time to drive one off our lot. Shop online where we're always open. Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Abington Heights celebrated vociferously after this one, and well, they might. Take the circumstances into effect here. Last year, they lost to Berwick 49-0, and then they come in here to Crispin Field just 1 year later and put a 47-21 beating on the Bulldogs, coming up with a big second half. A second half in which they outscored Berwick 33-0. Sophomore quarterback Nick Bradley was terrific. 4 passing touchdowns, and he ran for 2 more. He had a 6-yard run for a touchdown, capping a 78-yard drive in their first possession. Jack Farrell at the extra point, 7-0 Abington Heights. Berwick showed a lot of offense in that first half. Their first possession, 9 plays, 62 yards. Tyler Winter, who had a terrific night, with a 10-yard touchdown run. Luke Peters with the extra point. Score was tied at 7. Abington Heights came back quickly, got a 40-yard run from Declan Walsh, set up an 18-yard touchdown pass. Nick Bradley to Kevin Schmidt. Jack Farrell at the extra point. Abington Heights led after one, 14-7. Bulldogs in that second quarter, after a 9-yard punt by Bradley, took over at midfield and put together a 13-play scoring drive, capped on a 5-yard run by Tyler Winter on a 4th and 1. Nick Peters kicked the extra point. Score was tied at 14. Abington Heights got the ensuing kickoff, a 52-yard return by Anthony Cura, but the Bulldogs made a stop and put together a 6-play, 62-yard drive, capped on a 4-yard run by Ethan Lear with 15 seconds to go in the half. And Berwick went in at the half with their first lead of the season, 21-14. But the third quarter belonged to Abington Heights. After a short punt, 6-play, 36-yard drive, Bradley, 8 yards on the touchdown pass to Kevin Schmidt. Farrell at the extra point, score tied at 21. Then Berwick lost the ball on a fumble. 5-play, 37-yard drive. Bradley, a 1-yard toss to Mason Fedor for the score. Jack Farrell at the extra point. 28-21. Abington Heights led after 3. And then the biggest play of the drive. Early in the fourth, Berwick, who had terrible field position throughout the third, backed up Abington Heights to their own 8-yard line. And they proceeded to go 92 yards on 10 plays, aided by 2 penalties against Berwick, a personal foul, and then an unsportsmanlike from the sideline, and then a 1-yard touchdown run by Nick Bradley. Big play, a 23-yard pass to Kaya Sespico, a tight end who had a big night catching the football. Abington Heights added to that lead later with a 4-yard touchdown pass to Sespico from Bradley. Jack Farrell with the extra point. And 2:57, the exclamation mark on the win for Abington Heights. Mason Fedor intercepts a pass near the goal line, goes 98 yards, showing great speed down the right sideline, in for the score. Our final is Abington Heights 47, Berwick 21. For a look at other scores from weekend number 3 of this 2023 high school football season, let's go back to the studios of Pop Radio and Julie Lentz.
Thanks again, Jim and Andy. Yeah, I got a couple finals here, and it seems that it was either a blowout tonight or we got a couple that are running pretty close. So, no surprise, Southern Columbia beat Loyalsock 36-7 final. Danville had a big one against Central Columbia. They beat 55-3 final. In the fourth, Dallas is ahead of Williamsport 28-20. Jersey Shore and Selinsgrove right down the road here, they're tied 21-21 in the fourth. Hughesville is ahead of Bloomsburg 26-13 in the fourth. Hazleton is ahead of North Pocono 20-16 in the fourth. This is a final. Valley View beat Honesdale 40-13 final. Wallapapack, I found a score. They're ahead 10-6 in the third against Wilkes-Barre. Shamokin is ahead of Mifflinburg 41-28 in the fourth. Wyoming area 29-22. That's a final against Crestwood. Wyoming area beat them. Shikellamy and Central Mountain, they are tied 32-32 in the fourth. Mount Carmel beat Warrior Run 41-6 final. Lewisburg, Montoursville, they're also tied 14-14 in the second overtime. Milton beat Midwest 57-13. And this is a final as well. Pittston area beat Wyoming Valley West 20-13. That's all I got for tonight. So let's head back with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Thank you very much, Julie. Here it is Abington Heights all over Berwick in the second half, pulling away for a 47-21 win. Stats from tonight's game, Andy Ulickney.
Yeah, oddly, Berwick has more total yardage, 383 yards to Abington Heights is 315, but long interception returns that just about produce scores. Penalty mismatches, interceptions, there's a lot of different factors that come into the game. Let's look at Abington Heights. On the ground, 24 rushes for 171 yards. Anthony Kerr listed as the starter, just 3 carries for 19 yards, all in the first half. Declan Walsh, though, really gave them a spark. 5 carries for him for 64 yards, and he played a great game defensively. Austin Borismith, fullback, 2 carries for 7 in the first half. Dominic Forgetti, a 4-yard carry. But Nick Bradley, the quarterback, he makes this machine work. 13 carries, 77 yards of the 171. So in the rushing department, that quarterback certainly does factor in. Passing, I had him as 12 of 22. No interceptions, 144 yards. 3 different receivers, each with 4 catches. Mason Fedor, who's 6'4", who start on defense as well. 4 catches for him for 44 yards. Kevin Schmidt caught 4 for 51 yards. And Cade Sespico, the tight end who came in without any catches, well, he'll leave this one with 4 catches for 49 and a touchdown. Looked very strong, adding to the arsenal of weaponry that Abington Heights has. 144 in the air, 171 on the ground, a fine balance of 315 yards in total offense. For Berwick, 383, and on the ground, factor it up, 273 yards, in the air 110. I had Ethan Lear throwing 11 of 16 with 2 interceptions at the end of the game, 110 yards in all. Billy Hansen getting just 4 catches for 20 yards, short ones, and throwing to him toward the end of the game just to keep his rhythm there. Josh Kishba had an impressive game catching the ball. 4 catches for him with tough runs after. Total of 40 yards on his catches. Tyler Winter, 2 big catches, 47 yards total on those. And Harrison Snyder, as the H-back, he caught a 3-yard pass. 110 yards in the air on 11 receptions. In the running game, it was Tyler Winter's day. 19 rushes, 156 yards. He was a whirlwind, just showing speed, showing power, showing jump cuts, showing spin moves. A wonderfully impressive night for Tyler Winter. 156 yards on 19 carries. Jimmy DeAndrea, when they called on him, he produced 6 carries, 49 yards for Jimmy DeAndrea. Gavin Galusha at the end of the game, 5 carries, 20 yards, looked strong. Tyler Wilkerson on a jet sweep, 7 yards there. And Ethan Lear, the quarterback, he's going to do a lot of finesse running for this team. 17 carries, 41 yards for him. A total of 48 rushes in all for Berwick for 273 yards rushing. Added 110 in the air, and 383 is an impressive offensive total. But too many penalties, turnovers, just mistakes along the way. And Abington Heights takes this one going away, Jim.
Comets improved to 2-1 with the victory. They'll be home against Western Wayne next Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. For the Bulldogs, they go to 0-3. They'll be on the road at Williamsport next Friday night. And our coverage will start, as usual, at 6 o'clock with the Coach Bennett Show. That final again tonight, Abington Heights 47, Berwick 21. For Andy Lichting and our producer Julie Lentz, this is Jim Doyle reminding you heard it live on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those